Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Together We Roll, Part 2, Episode 14.
14. Oh my god, 14. Oh my god, it is 14.
It is 14.
Oh my god.
It's like you're from calendars. Before we begin, I need to give another shout out to Corinne Milne for making our lovely art pieces that we could actually put into our intro, which is amazing, Father. Thank you very much.
It looks so good. It looks so badass.
Also, check out the individual that painted most of our miniatures that you see on the board right now from the battle cam. Her name is her company name is
Foxfire.
Foxfire. I am so sorry about that. Foxfire.
Except for these.
No,
two.
the Phoenix is Hazel's backstory.
Foxfire. Anyway.
Davros and Hazel were painted by the two of us.
Yes.
But I think all the others were.
All the others are by her, which is well done. Besides that, there's no more. Let's get to our kick-ass intro.
Yeah.
See you in a moment, everyone. And welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that intro. I know I did. Let's do... I know, you were expecting me to say that again, weren't you?
That episode just aired today.
So fucking cheesy.
Yeah. So to get back to where we were, after getting to Gardland, exploring and making deals at the old Flog with the old fart that dwelled within it, which is a hefty dwarf to say the least, a level 20 barbarian, as you now know him.
Level 20?
Yeah. Yes.
He
had a 24 strength.
Goodness.
He has 24 strength.
24.
Just 24 constitution.
He was Pam.
Well, just wait until I turn level 20, and then we'll see who's left.
He was basically Pam.
Yeah, he has a 24 strength and a 24 constitution.
That's Pam. That's Pam.
Did not stand a chance.
And that's why he wouldn't be stunned.
Yeah, he had a plus 13 to his saving throw for constitution.
Unless he not failed.
Even if actually, he would have to roll a natural 1.
He would have a natural one.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Okay, because he's still afraid of my rock.
yeah, he is the person that stays there, and you helped him by clearing out a mine from a dragon.
That lazy motherfucker!
Yeah.
He could have sneezed on the dragon and killed it. Fuck
He
him.
could have taken that
No,
himself.
it
It
was
was
not
buying
magic.
it.
There are other.
It was taking him away from his
Dex.
drinking time.
He didn't have Dex.
It would also single his body.
I told you.
And he had
No.
ass
Dragon
intelligence.
Yeah.
One does not fight a dragon by yourself.
Not with that attitude.
First of all,
Right.
there are other things keeping him
It
here.
was borderline.
And then I hinted to. Let's see if you picked them up. If you find yourself.
Yeah.
If you find yourselves wanting to.
I saw him with the fucking rings.
Okay, so we're picking up.
We're picking back up. You were hailed as heroes. You did a couple of things and signed a contract so that you have a loose obligation to go and get paid to watch a house. I mentioned that already has staffing. It was very loose. You fought the old fart, the bear. 3 versus 1 versus Derek, Hazel, and Sparks. It was a slaughter.
Yeah.
But before it ended on a note that was quite amusing of him trying to allure of you breaking the code to say that you would not use slashing or piercing based weaponry, and yet you did. And he broke your weapon because of it, but was very bad at explaining that situation because he's not a good explainer with a 6 intelligence. And you guys, with the help of your friends, were able to turn the crowd against him and basically get all your money back. Everyone won except for the house, which is actually very rare.
Everyone won and nobody
And
won.
that is where we ended, of everyone shaking hands, getting back off your feet. Some of you very sore. And drinks and meals on the house, accompanied by the old fart that dwells within.
And then I'm booking it.
So you went upstairs while everyone is eating and drinking.
Oh, he blew out of here.
You.
Mimi.
Yeah.
Whole story. King.
Whole story.
Attacking
Yes.
dwarves. Come on. What the hell?
I was not conscious for this.
We're here just trying to help you out, and you have a whole story of kings and shit. We need a little more. And when you're done with that, why are you and your brother 2 different turtles?
There's a good reason for that.
Guys just kind of just...
I think you already talked about that.
Because otherwise it'd only be one of them.
If I have, why? Why are we not the same? Different? Why do we look different? We are brothers.
You're totally different types of turtles.
Oh, I figured you just called each other brothers.
Does that not make us brothers? You are totally different to your brother.
We're still half elves. You're turtle, and you're
And we're still turtles.
God just looks at you and just goes,
The snapping was the dad, the turtle was the mom.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Got it.
No,
I didn't think you were actual
God just
brothers.
said-
I thought it was like grew up together.
we grew up together. We are not of the same
Blood.
siblings. We
Yeah.
are flesh. We are
siblings.
but we are brothers because
See?
Okay.
of
Okay, but
Growing
time
up
to
together.
talk.
Okay, so that takes care of that problem. Now we have this problem.
All right, let me explain. We don't have enough time for this. Let me
No,
sum up.
no. Explain. We have plenty of time for you to explain right now. You got some explaining to do.
All right.
First of all, you have a village that has a
Nowhere
king.
else to be.
Yes.
And nothing better to do.
Huh?
King is Felgorn.
Feldor?
Felgorn, the
Feldor.
king of Florence.
Take my book.
Florence.
Yes.
Italy?
My home city is Florence. We had a good king, and he passed away. Felgorn took his place among
Were they,
mysterious circumstances.
Uh-huh.
He wasn't the firstborn. Firstborn took the king and died 7 years later. The next brother took his place. He also died 3 years later. And now we are left with Phil.
Who's a brother?
The king died, he had 3 brothers.
Okay.
First 2 took their rightful place,
had brothers
but
or
they
sons?
died. The king's son
Okay.
had 3 sons.
3 sons, 3 brothers.
Right. The last son is Felgorn, who is king now. The first 2 brothers who took his place died of mysterious circumstances only 7 years and 3 years after they took the kingship. Yes.
Are they human?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, well that explains it. Humans don't live long.
No.
No.
This is true, but
And they get
usually
sick.
a king stays in the throne a lot longer than 7 or 3 years.
Well, assume
7
they were
years
in
isn't
the
that
ticket
short,
thing.
but
All right.
The king has drafted my brother into his military. He has taken my sister into servitude in the kitchen. This is how I get inside information. The inside information that I have been given is he is planning to do an attack against the Dwarven city.
Which one?
This I am not sure of yet.
How many dwarven cities are there?
I would assume it would be the Dwarven city that's closest to Florence.
Which is
which is the entire Dwarven Empire, which is not the closest one here. The Verlosian Empire is actually several borders.
Different
away.
clans, though. He's planning on attacking a clan.
Okay.
Wait. He's the king of Erosia?
No.
Or the king of
No,
Florence?
Florence.
Oh.
Felgorn. no. Felgorn.
He's several.
Felgorn is the
He's
king of
hundreds
Florence.
of miles away.
No, I'm just like, I thought maybe. Okay, got it.
Good clarification though.
Good,
Now,
good
I
clarification.
would ask you all to please keep this just between us.
Who are we gonna tell?
How does one spell Felgorn?
I don't want the king to know
Felgorn, I guess.
that my brother and sister are under his control.
What?
What? He doesn't.
You
He's
mean
after me.
You don't want the king to know that your brother and sister aren't under his control. I'm confused.
All right.
He doesn't know that
Let me
people
some-
are his brother and sister.
Oh, got it. You're very
Right.
smart.
What I miss?
He's a freedom fighter.
Assumed that. What the fuck?
You're not here.
I'm not there.
Now, he was overtaxing the people, so I activated the people tax and gave back the money to
So
the people.
are all the people against him? Basically, if we leave here, get our stuff done, go there, kill him because he's bad, and put somebody good in the seat, and move on, the whole peoples aren't going to attack us, are they?
No, they would probably cheer.
All right, well, we have a plan. Let's finish down here first.
So like 12% of the plan.
I'd call it a solid 15.
One man against the
14
king with an
might be
army.
generous.
I need a lightning sword.
It's better than 11%.
What does that even matter?
You know, it wouldn't be one man.
Well, I'm not going to ask you to endanger your lives just for my people.
You endangered your
I'm
life.
sorry, is that not what we've been doing?
Yeah, I'm with her. You endangered your life to save the one that's upstairs right now. Why would you do that if we weren't a group?
That is part of who I am. I
And
fight for the people. I help the people who are in need.
And I fight for my family. My brother is here, and the rest of my family, except for him, is upstairs, because this has become our family. We fought together, we bled together. He's patched most of you up. Not me.
Let me think. Yes.
And we got him.
No, I haven't. Have I patched you up?
I don't think you've
Nope.
patched.
I don't think you've
I
ever
don't think
really
I've patched you up either.
I think you've just patched the two of them up, but a lot.
I was giving I was giving the truth scope,
They
okay?
just can't get enough of me. Yes.
And
That's the real reason.
we've adopted it, and we're that's the whole point of adventuring in a party and getting a group that we continue along with. Hell, we even named ourselves. Come on now.
Flan smashes bad guys.
Yeah, and he sounds like a bad guy. And if he isn't, he sounds
Noble
like,
cause.
he sounds like a guy who's overtaxing the people. And that's bad all on its own.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we initiate the people's tax to
Anybody else
take
got
back.
anything we need to know?
Give me an hour and then interrupt me upstairs. I don't know. No.
Where's the place
Oh,
I can...
and he's wanted for murder.
What?
You all know that.
Oh yeah, they were there.
I did.
I forgot.
I did. I'm unsure if it was murder or not.
I don't think it was confirmed earlier.
You're
It was wanted for
you're
murder.
a barbarian? You're wanted for murder?
Start scribbling things down in my book.
It's more flan.
Flan is wanted for murder.
But he said I'm responsible because I had Flan when you did it.
So is Flan the one that did the murdering, or you?
Well, nobody was murdered when we were there. It may have been murdered later, or it may have been death may have been the consequence of our actions in a longer term situation.
I think I'm more confused than I was a second ago.
So am I. What did
He hit the magistrate's son with a rock because he
Oh.
thought the magistrate.
No. Flan.
Flan. To the people, it's a rock. To the people, he hit him in the head with a. But he seemed okay when we left. But you know how brain injuries are.
Oh, got it.
So
You need that to survive.
indeed. Now that we've covered all that, and you're wanted for being escaped, and you have no papers, and
I
Fish Boy.
don't know if I'm wanted. I don't know if I'm hunted or not.
Gauze just
Of course
checking.
Yeah, God, we've covered that. You're an escaped slave. It's what we are.
Just God agrees with me.
And I'm the son of the god of death. So we're all good. I put my head back on. All right.
And I'm
God just
unwanted
twists
for
his
gun
head.
technology?
He was there when she explained it.
No, he wasn't.
He was on the top of the ship.
He didn't hear
He
it.
wasn't
Oh.
in range.
It was loud.
Archmagi says my real father is the god of death.
He just kind of thinks for a moment.
Okay, yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm like, hey, that makes me
Yep.
demigod eventually.
He just kind of silently chuckles.
Yeah, it makes me laugh too. All right. So that's all on the table. So
So when you die, you'll be coming to get us.
I'm not sure if that's how that
I'm
works
not sure
yet.
that's how that works.
but that would be
He's
cool.
not sure if it's not.
I'm not sure it's not.
That's quite a retirement plan you have there, my friend.
I have a couple of goals. So let's throw goals out here. Your goal is to overthrow a king. My goal is to go to the temple, and I have it written down on the other sheet in the car. The temple where my dad is. It's a ways from here, but and go ask him a couple of questions.
The Valley of Woe.
The Valley of Woe is where I want to go.
Oh,
That sounds.
And then it was like, whoa, yeah,
That sounds really optimistic.
It
yeah,
also rhymes.
it also sounds
Woe
dangerous.
is where I want to go.
yeah.
What do you want to do?
I want to figure out who I am.
Go ahead and say it. Here it comes.
You're Hazel.
There you go.
Yeah.
Knew it was coming.
Well, the thing is, that's the name that I got once I went to the monastery.
Is that because your eyes are hazel?
Trust
Are
me.
they?
I don't know.
Trust me. Names are not important.
No. I don't know who I actually was before the monastery. At the monastery, we have
Did
something
you
called.
hit your head or something?
I
Back to
don't
head
know.
injuries.
Perhaps you were
I
adopted?
don't know. No. Basically, what happened is at my monastery, we believe that like the symbol is the phoenix because it's all about like starting your life over again. And there are certain people called like the ashen children, basically. Ash children who genuinely don't remember any sort of life before the monastery. All I remember was that I was in the woods and then I kind of stumbled upon them and I was doing chores to help out because they were letting me stay there, and eventually I just became a part of it.
You want to go back and remember?
Well, no, they sent me out so I could like kind of remember some things. I don't know what it was.
Well, I kind of like who
It
you
was-
become.
So you don't remember your parents?
No,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember if I had a husband or a wife. I don't remember if I had kids. I don't know anything. All I know is that I was in the forest and then I was part of the monastery.
It would appear we have relatively the same backstory.
Yeah.
Backstory.
Well, we know you fought in the war.
Same history.
History, backstory.
Well, at least
Sorry
something.
from about it.
Yeah, we know at least something about you. You fought in the war, and you have the book. The guy.
Where, when, how.
So, anyways,
I know nothing.
the monastery sent me out so that I could help collect and gather information and whatnot to figure out how the world outside of our area is.
And this coin you carry?
Um,
Is it a ID for the monastery?
I guess it might be for once you leave. I think it was probably placed on me to find eventually, but I wasn't like actively given it, which is why it was such a surprise when I first reached into my pocket and found it. Yes, Nick? I saw a finger.
Yes. Do you want to know the actual reason?
Sure.
Roll a history check.
No, those can stay over there.
Those dice have
You want to
added.
show that net 20. First roll.
Those dice are tired.
11.
All of your dice are tired.
Okay, with that, you get the general. Your master, your grandmaster, gave it to you before doing a specific thing that we talked about, and you waking up in the forest again without the monastery. The coin represents
Which branch I was.
which branch you were,
Yeah.
and the ability to meditate onto it for further expansion of your past, if you desire such a thing.
Ah.
Only Ash children have those medallions.
Oh, I didn't know that only Ash children did. Also, we don't know who the
Specifically
other
your
Ash kids
medallion.
are.
Other trainees that are not Ash children, they have a smaller medallion that has both the symbols on one side so that they can put on a pin saying what field they're from.
Okay.
But for you, it's a two-sided coin, and it's much bigger. That's about 2.5 inches in diameter.
So that's a gold piece.
She's a mash kid.
She was an ash kid.
Inside joke there.
All right. So now we have
So,
more
yeah.
knowledge.
and that's why I don't know where I'm allowed or not, because I don't know where I'm supposed to be, because they just kind of, well, they knocked me out and took me somewhere down the mountain, so.
They sound like terrible people.
Well, you're supposed to find your way back there. You're not supposed to know how to get up.
I see. So they take you in, train you, and then kick you out. Sort of like a bird.
Like a phoenix.
Yes.
Bird.
You know, it's not far enough away for me to say no, so we're going to say yes for now.
All right. Well,
So they threw you out of the nest and expect you to fly home.
so you were clutch mates.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Gauze
No,
shakes his head.
no, we're not of the same clutch.
Well,
All the eggs were together, and you hatched.
Yes.
What?
Oh, several nests.
They took all the nests together and
Several
put in one,
nests.
and then they hatched together.
yeah.
And he hugs Eck.
Brothers, yeah.
Brothers, yes.
I hugged Barry.
Copy.
Alas, my brother is serving a tyrant.
Then we'll fix that.
Good thing you're
Okay.
not a tabaxi. I'd call you a copycat.
Leave the jokes and stuff to us.
Oh, I kind of like
thought-
that one.
She laughed. That's good. I'm getting better.
Oh, you want to be a bard?
Gaul wipes one tear from his eye.
I know he's growing up.
Is that as funny as he gets?
I learned it from him.
All right. So
I
let's.
don't know. I like what
I
you
propose
do
we
with
take
your,
a long
with your
rest, eat,
I
drink,
might like
be
to
merry,
do
take a
that,
long
maybe.
rest, and let's go shopping.
Milk
for
and
toys.
cow?
No.
And question Davros when he gets back down about all his stuff.
I mean, or when we get back up after, or I guess when we get back to the house later.
I was saying,
Impressive.
take a long rest.
Yeah.
Go grab the cart,
Yeah.
take it to the house, and then go shopping.
Well, I mean, what if we go shopping on the way? So
Yes,
that
because
we
if
can
we go to
load
the
stuff into
house, I think
cart?
we're going to get stuck at the house doing stuff.
Oh yeah, good plan.
Agreed.
Let's get the cart,
If you guys are gonna
load it up with the stuff that we buy,
While
and
we're
go to
eating
the
and
house.
drinking.
There we go. I like
So while we're eating and drinking,
And
we're
then
going to
rest.
talk to some of the dwarves to try to
I would
find
like
out
to rest
where this
beforehand,
magistrate
respectfully.
has been in the dwarven city.
Oh, you've already been. You're talking about the coin brew estate?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm
Baby
talking
fly?
about the guy who took our papers.
Or do you want to
That is a different fact.
Magistrate
Okay,
dickhead.
roll an investigation check. While that is happening, Davros, you're in your quiet room. You're in your quiet room right now. You've rolled out everything in order a quill, ink, the original documents that have been scrambled and need to be unscrambled. That you know the code by heart because your mother was very persistent in you memorizing this code.
Question: Is this something that she tried to instill this code into the whole family, or was it just me because I was a
The
scout?
whole family.
Okay.
Those that were
Probably
having skills towards this direction of work.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And those that were, not all your kids are.
Yeah.
When you have 6 kids, you're just like, well, at least one of them's not going to be an idiot.
And you send that one to college.
Yeah. So with the original parchment that has come out of your obsidian dagger, that is clear that it has several parts that can click back together with a click, but it's not a single twist. It looks like a several compartment that twist.
And I'm checking the sword as well.
Yeah, so it's not a
'Cause he's-
simple just twist off kind of
Yeah.
situation.
And by studying that, I'm checking the sword as well, because he said there was one in the sword.
Make an investigation check.
19.
19? Yeah. With the lower DC, yes, it also has a similar parting on it as well. And taking a few minutes to take it apart, it comes apart, and you see several stacks of seaweed pressed parchment inside, followed by a small little wrapping of cloth at the very top part of it that's just kind of stuffed in there.
Okay. I'm going to get to work on decoding the notes before I worry about the cloth.
So, over the time you guys were speaking and eating and everything, you finish your translation. Please pass that to him. Give it to me.
No.
And if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind you reading aloud. And you guys don't hear this,
Of course not.
Right.
but just for the audience.
In your accent.
Of course. Davros Arando e Quintus, you are most likely reading this a few months after taking up your open-ended reassignment to explore the drylands in search of new alliances. Rather eagerly, in fact. You were never reassigned. Your guard duties under diplomatic foreign relations continued as planned, and everyone from that regiment was killed and consumed by a band of hill giants under the banner Hawbog, the bulk just outside of Ensron. Inside your honored weaponry contains hidden compartments containing the soul documents and an artifact leading to the theoretical location and collection of the ocean's floor. This religious artifact of world's origin has been suspected of capabilities once obtained of granting control of entire seas. Without needing to say, many participants, internally and externally, would find it greatly beneficial to have such an artifact devoted to their cause. Many shadows moved towards this artifact, many of them wishing ill fate to our home, your home. Leading you astray with the soul documents in your possession was the only feasible way of slowing their progress without outright destroying the lead and relic entirely. However, knowing you would most likely want to destroy them immediately and be done with it, which is admirable but wasted. Too many resources are being devoted in search of this item. With or without what you now possess, it will be found within the next decade, leaving the wrath of our true mother in the hands of whoever finds this thing first. The documents inside can only be read by children of the sea, and take heed that this veil of secrecy will not deter everyone. You will have pursuers. However, you should be fine for the most cases as long as you do not make a big name for yourself in the drylands, like disbanding any major organizations, conversing with major political figures, and or going off and becoming a dragon slayer, for instance.
I wrote this a long time ago.
Do not approach this task alone, and be careful to who you speak to. Find me when you return, regardless if you obtain the ocean's floor or not. And don't get yourself killed. Also, when you decide to return home, please bring some of those fresh fruits and berries, specifically the berries. Be sure to bring enough to share with your siblings. Oh,
That's rough, buddy.
So we hear her moaning upstairs. Wow,
So does
that
he
was
come down
a
while
good
we're
time.
eating?
No. Stay up there. I'm going to take a look at the cloth.
It was the soup.
So, wrapped in the cloth is a small, simple seaweed twist necklace that is holding a strange copper, but not rusted, a copper ring that has 3 segments to it that is all folded into one.
Okay. Well, I think I've seen that on Wish.
And when you lift it up and jiggle it a little bit, a couple of the rings unfold and start to make a new shape, but still in the ring form. Each band coming out.
Yeah.
With your passive perception, as far as you can tell, there's no distinguishable figures or sigils or glyphs or anything.
Can I do an investigation check to see?
Certainly, make an investigation check.
Oh shit, that's a 10.
10. Moving it around and you expand it entirely, it makes a crossing, almost like globe of 3 rings at the center. But as far as you can tell, it is just a pair of copper rings that are connected together at a singular point, so that they all rotate to a point and they stop. But you don't see anything besides just the metal itself. The string is just a string just to hold it.
Alright.
And bringing out the documents inside. Oh, sorry. They're also folded, like 3-4 pages of folded seaweed documents that are been rolled up and placed into the long hidden container in your obsidian longsword.
Short sword.
Short sword, sorry.
Alright. This is going to take me a while. I'm probably just going to be staying upstairs because by the time I'm done with all this, they're probably already about to come up anyway. So.
It took you about an hour to translate everything,
Yeah.
so about, yeah.
So I just figure like, okay, they're probably going to be up here soon, and then I can probably talk to them.
Okay. So, what was your investigation roll first of all?
18.
18? Okay. Over general consensus with the various riffraff that come down here, but it is the time where guards are coming down here, and they do seem to make their spots down here, saying that this is where the food's kind of shite, but the beer's the best. So this is the best drinking spot to go after a hard day's of work. A lot of the soldiers come over and gain the general knowledge that this figure doesn't really have a home because he travels from one major city location to another. And he has offices, various offices where he goes. So he doesn't really truly have an estate. And as far as you can tell, he most likely does have a place that he would call home, but that kind of knowledge is not public to the normal people. So to get that information would probably be a little bit more delicate in most matters.
Okay, so if he would have taken paperwork, he would have taken it to his office?
He would probably take an office in the one of the chambers of the noble district. In the actual king's chambers.
In the king's chambers?
In the, where the king is held and everything.
Okay.
Not in his actual bedroom, no.
Right, yeah, of course.
That would be interesting.
So he basically has an office somewhere in the king's castle?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And these tempered eye are not numbers. They're like the super investigators, the inquisitors, essentially, of the Versian Empire and are the personal caretakers of the king himself. And they basically go from, it's basically one per city.
Okay.
So being in front of them usually means you're being arrested or you are doing some major political work of some sort of nature. Or you're in a bad place or at the wrong time.
Multipass.
Yeah.
All of the above for us. Okay.
So finding a specific office of where he is not going to be easy.
Okay.
That's what you get with the 18, unfortunately.
All right.
Then we go to bed.
So you guys go up and you go to your individual rooms that have been taken care of already. Who is bunking with Devils?
I know Sparks is in the same room as me.
I'll bunk with him.
I've been in the same room with
So
you.
you've been drinking?
Yeah, it's been the three of us.
Okay.
When you come in, I just kind of like. Did everyone go through their own rooms?
As far as I know.
I think we only have 2 rooms.
Okay, so
I think it's you four in one room. Us three
I come in
the
as
other.
I come in as well, because this way
Well, no,
I can
God's
speak
in
in
that
awkward
room
with
too.
you. At least it's.
So I think
let's get the others from the other
Where does
room.
God and I stay? Where does God?
That's right.
God.
Well, I have to realize it's God just a second.
Sorry. Your computer's a little harder to manipulate the
Yeah.
volume. There we go.
Regardless, I'm going to the other room and pulling people in.
Okay, so you get everyone. It's a little cramped, especially with the bigger people with total
Man, did you miss a whole bonding session? And backstory, like crazy. You got anything for us?
Oh, I feel bad. I would have loved to partake in that.
He's a freedom fighter. It's like he needs to. We need to go kill his king.
Oh, I would love to.
I've got amnesia.
What's your goal?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. What's up with you?
So,
What do you got?
I need to take control of all of the oceans.
Cool. You got a plan?
Actually, yes. Oh, kind of.
Like how much of a plan? Because
so-
I got like
He has 12%.
I've got 12%.
So I got maybe like 14.
Okay.
I take my sword. So it turns out this opens up, and my dear mother.
Thank God you never hit anything with that.
I just. and I just.
That hurt me.
What? It would have broke, and then he would have lost whatever it is in there.
I kept enjoying it
so
for that burn.
much. Hate you so much.
Wasn't the obsidian?
So much shade.
Yeah, he was like not using it for stuff. Anyways, go ahead.
So yeah, I just kind of I look at the hollow bit. It's just hollow. It's still obsidian, and I punch it, and
That was not smart.
no, that hurt.
Did you cut your hand?
No,
Wait,
I punched the.
can you give me 10
front side
minutes?
of it.
I got something new to show you. It might help.
Sure.
Are we playing show and tell now?
No, I
Little bit.
start doing a ritual. Real quick. Put all your that shit on the ground. I do a ritual. I detect magic.
Okay, so 10 minutes and 6 seconds go by.
Ooh.
Sorry, 10 minutes and 6 seconds. Sorry.
I give up after 10
So
minutes.
of you
That
just muttering over yourself with a slight prayer,
first time.
singing, and just charismatic movements back and forth as you just exude this charismatic. Hokey pokey.
His magic.
Barion's like over his shoulders trying to help out.
Come on, brother. We can do it. The whitest dance I've
Their
ever
magic makes me
No, he's
uncomfortable.
not. Like, he's not
No,
hiding his
it's
bottom
all
lip.
right here.
Yeah.
You gotta bite your bottom.
Yeah. And
Wait a minute.
Oh, that hurts.
You are dancing like a white boy.
Yeah. I take off my. Alright, so.
his ghostly pale skin, yeah. And
detect
10
it.
minutes or 6 seconds go by, and it does exude a gentle glow about it.
Okay, it's supposed to give me
And
like.
also the dagger. Him, Sparks.
Cover that up. Okay.
Yeah.
My kid in front of me.
So.
It does exude a general. What school would it be?
Oh, I can cast Identify too.
Yeah, this would
Except
be.
I'm going to do that in 6 seconds.
This would be abjuration. I would have to say.
Abjuration magic is exuding from.
Does my coin light up?
Yes, it does.
Oh, and his sword
Enchant-
lights up and
Yeah.
fire lights up.
Yeah, a lot of things light up,
I
but
guess my
if
bow
you bring
too,
out the
when I
coin,
brought it.
it lights up with a light glow that would be enchantment.
That's
Oh.
enchanted.
Who has the knuckles?
That's abjuration.
Abjuration's the
Here's what those are.
fuck you no.
It could be various things. Roll
It could
Arcana.
also be like.
shielding, like stuff.
Well, what?
If you want to know more, I can. Yeah.
I cast Identify.
Okay, 10 minutes go by of another.
No. I
He's
just
just
cast
casting
it.
it.
Oh, you just cast it. So 1 minute goes by
Yeah.
of you casting it.
Yeah.
It is exactly what it says on that card of yours. It is a supposedly unbreakable weapon. A very powerful enchantment. A simple one, but a powerful one. Theoretically untested, of course.
I have to be like touching it and stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's unbreakable obsidian. Magically unbreakable.
And you punched it.
And you punched it.
Well, I mean, even normal obsidian, I feel like it'd be really hard to break. But
Actually,
Good
normal
riddle.
obsidian breaks real easy.
Yeah, no obsidian breaks very
It's
easily.
like glass.
no one told me that. Why did they make weapons out of these in the first place?
That would be good for your
I think they're
defense.
normally like arrows.
And they're super sharp.
It's super sharp.
Like super
To
sharp.
make a blade out of
I'm not a smith. I don't.
to make a solid blade, and it's not a fragmented blade. It is a solid singular blade
Yeah.
that is actually quite elegant in nature. To make a singular blade out of obsidian that is not have been chipped nor scuffed, and it's just one solid piece, is very difficult and is a symbol in most cultures.
So what about the little thingy?
Okay, so
Did that
more-
glow? Did the little thingy glow?
the dagger is the same.
Oh, the
The-
little ring thing?
Yeah. Oh, the ring.
Show them the ring thing?
Yeah. I
Okay.
have everything
As
out.
you're bringing it out and as it unfolds, detecting magic, you immediately see glyphs.
Oh, it's covered in glyphs.
And you
Watch
see
it,
individual
or-
lines that go across to the exact opposite glyph of the side, and another one, and another one, and another one, and just an array of lines that go to the very center.
It's a map.
No. It's quite literally as it expands into a three-dimensional shape and these glyphs light up, there's lines that go in between each glyph that all of them go to the singular point, the true center of the entire thing. And again, it's
I explained that to him.
yeah, it's only an inch around.
Oh, so it's real.
It's real
Do I recognize the glyphs?
Roll Arcana.
Nope. 7.
It is, I mean, the detect magic alone is allowing you to see this, but it is
Identify.
throwing off some weird vibes.
I throw out
You
a map.
have no idea what kind of school this is. This is beyond you.
Right, identify.
Identify, it bounces off.
Okay, that's weird.
What happened?
Well, it's got all these glyphs
Huh?
that I can't read.
What they identify?
They identify, it said fuck you.
Everything's
Oh,
That's
Why is
You
that
can hold
the
on.
is anyone
That
else able to
is,
see these lines? Is it-
concerning.
or no? Okay.
I was
You only
also
saw it due to the.
in terms of being more specific, and I just start reading out the entire note to them. And I get to the end, just also when you decide to return home, please bring some of those fresh fruits and berries, specifically the berries. Be sure to bring enough to share with your siblings, which, judging how much my brother Rickard can eat, is bullshit.
Well, how much is that?
Too much. Have you ever seen a fat elf? Me neither, they don't exist. But if they did, he'd be one.
I've seen a fat elf.
I am impressed that he isn't, and I just thought it was not.
It's all the swimming.
That's true.
It's cardio.
He's very strong, he's large, but fuck, he could eat a whale
Alright,
shark.
so
He's a sumo elf.
we bring a cart of berries
Yeah,
with
You
you.
can get? Well, I'll
Then we
bring
bring
a
the berries.
ship of
Wait
berries
a
back
minute.
home when we go back, but still.
Find your past. Bring your father back from the dead.
A more immediate goal is figuring out the fucking coin, but
The more immediate goal for me is figuring out who I
Save
am.
your kingdom. Save all the oceans.
more or
question.
less, yeah.
Find my future.
Well, that's all
Find
it
out my
is.
past.
Quick question.
If someone finds
Answer.
this that would use it for evil,
So there's
my entire
Who is
city-
currently holding the 5 items that were on the marble table?
I am.
And who is
Fucking
holding
Yule.
the pouch that was given to you by Lady Lolo? Your eyesight passes, and there's like a bead of energy going through her
The
body.
chomp chomp bag.
And you notice another one, smaller, much, much smaller, in his paths.
Oh shit!
Why are you looking at me funny?
Because we're being listened to.
Fantastic.
No, they don't give that enchantment off. It is something of great power.
Oh, great power. Give me those things. The 5 things.
Probably a locator spell?
Okay. So finding the
The
great
trumpet
axe
bag.
head that has the beard going out to make the beard itself,
Okay.
the dwarven man. Finding the cloth,
I had the cloth.
you
I
have
didn't realize that was one of those 5. Yes, I have
Okay.
the gold. I just have the gold cloth.
The-
You have the rest.
the woven.
Because it's small and light.
Yeah.
That's why I have it.
So never mind. It wouldn't be those items. It
Alright.
would be your item.
Just the gold cloth?
It would be the woven.
I don't have the gold cloth. He has the rest.
Okay, yeah, it would be that.
Identify. I have all my spells locked.
It is hair of a hag.
Oh.
As you unfold it,
Fuck!
and you find ghostly white hair, just
No.
gently folded into the wrap.
What would that mean to me, though?
Hmm?
What would that mean? Other than that the dwarves were spying, or the dragon, or whatever was down there was spying on.
The hags are
The hags.
watching us?
I'm not quite sure of the question that you're asking.
What does it mean, hag of a hair? I mean, it's
It's
hair.
quite literally hag hair. It is
Could it?
hag hair specifically.
Could it be the hag from...
It is a.
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't know how to say this properly. How to spell
Coven
it.
of the Rotting Hand.
You don't know. If you put an identify spell on an object, it will give you like what it is as far as I'm aware. Let me find the proper document. Here we go. It is a BHEUR hag.
okay.
That's what it says.
The here. Yeah.
The here, there's several iterations on how to say it properly, but that's the type of hag that has hair in it.
So
Go on.
Hag hair.
we need to get rid of
do
that.
not look it up.
I'm not. I'm looking up identify. You choose an object that must be throughout the casting a spell that is a magic or some magic imbued. You learn the properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement or how to use or how many charges, blah blah blah. The spell which created it, if you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you will learn the spell. Okay, yeah, so it's hag hair. Does it do anything?
No.
And then her big magic.
It just
The chomp chomp bag.
exudes magic is all it does. For some reason. There's no true school for it. And for the bag thing, let me bring up my notes real quick.
Hag hair.
Yeah.
We can probably sell it. Or not.
But can you keep the gold cloth?
And is the gold cloth,
I
What-
think it's woven into it.
is it woven into it? Or
No, it's not woven in.
It's
it was
just wrapped
actually,
it, right?
it was wrapped around it to keep it from getting
we'll
burnt.
keep it in the cool dead.
I think the opposite. Because it's really, really, gold is a really good conductor.
It looks golden, but it's not gold. Grindstone, where is it?
So we gotta save the
I'm
world.
getting cancer.
Okay.
I feel like we should start small before we get there.
Well, no, I mean, like I said, we got a little bit here. I think my dad is the answer to your
There we
problem.
go.
A more immediate goal for me is
So,
to understand more about my.
What's
who I am.
glowing
It will be found within
is it's a two-parter. You see a lot of magical energy that is covering the entire thing, which is a 4-inch by 6-inch jagged edge stone tablet with chiseled with impossibly small arcane writing, making a sigil that encompasses the entire stone slab. And looking at it with detect magic, you notice that the striations of the various magical barriers that would be around it, of the various enchantments, is just like a freaking masseuse painting. And you also notice that there's a field around it that tethered itself to the points of the rods that stick out of it with orange lights in each point. And those, the scroll on those, specifically on the rods, the enchantment would be, I would have to say, transmutation.
Were those in the chop chop bag?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay. Identify.
identify.
With those.
The bag.
I have
The
11
stone
spells on
or
right there.
on the stone or the rods?
Chop chop.
Gotcha.
Huh?
On the stone or the rods?
Both. One at a time.
Okay. Which one first?
The stones.
The stone is a single stone. It's a
stone.
slab.
Okay.
As you cast the spell and it goes into it, it gets sucked in.
It sucks.
Then the stones.
The rods, you mean?
The rods. Sorry.
Okay. You guys detect magic.
No, we already did that.
I mean, sorry,
Identify.
identify. It's partially deflects it. Uncertain if it was the tablet or the rods that did it itself, but it partially came through, giving a general idea of major reduction.
Okay.
Yeah.
I explained all that to you.
Yeah, and the rods retaining the reduction of this stone slab.
I still don't
So
really
if you
get
take
it.
the rods out, it gets bigger?
It's transmutation. Transmutation and greater reduction.
I don't get it.
I feel like what is the slab that doesn't have anything written on it? Maybe it's a portable teleportation circle? Someone just have permanent?
I'm just holding this bag. I was just told to take it
So
by the lady who gave us the multi
I put a coin in it.
Coin in what?
The slab with the rods, right? It has rods sticking out of it.
Yeah, there's a stone slab with the etching of the arcane writing, possibly small,
Yeah.
and it's only 4 inches by 6 inches. And on each corner of 4 corners, there's a rod, a tiny rod that looks like it's been jabbed in.
Yeah. So I stick a coin in the middle of it.
You place the coin down, nothing happens.
Is there?
I cast prestidigitation at it,
What would you like to do?
like to make a magical coin.
Turn the coin a different
So a small coin,
Yeah.
small object.
Yeah, just to see if it absorbs the magic.
Okay, it appears, stays up.
No. All right. I don't know what it does. We'll find out later.
Wait,
Okay.
don't you have a coin?
Well, yeah,
no,
but I'm not gonna be testing it out on that.
Yeah. Don't risk.
But
it.
I would like to know
Make
if you can.
make an investigation check, since you're working with it.
Oh. Wow. That's actually a good roll.
Thank fucking God somebody rolled well on
18.
this goddamn coin.
18. As you're just working with it and looking across it, you notice that looking at the sides and back and forward, you notice that the stonework and metalwork aren't the same. It's like
Oh.
various pieces
Not
of different
the
stones have been placed together to make a single tablet of. You're not quite sure what kind of stone, but you can see the striations and the cutting of the stone is different in areas. And you notice various metal bits that also go through it. but all make a single sigil of some sort.
Okay. I hand it back to her. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Not that kind of mage. Not a mage at all. All right. Well,
Well, let's
Mind checking
go
out?
find a shop.
Real
Spend
quick.
some money.
We're gonna take a nap first.
identify. Bounce off that too.
No.
My coin.
What about the things that I gave you?
There's no true, identify. Okay, what would you find out about this coin?
It basically, if it is a magic item or some magic imbued object, you learn the properties and how to use them.
Okay.
Whether it is required attunement, how many charges.
Okay, so, okay. I know what this is. I know how this would happen then. It says it's a coin. But that the magical properties from the detect magic is inside of it.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
Open it.
Meditate on it.
Yes, this is.
One more
See if
person.
it opens like your dagger.
Well, I was gonna say, we do have something to break something open that won't break itself, and I just take the
This is
dagger.
my
and I
only
can-
form of identification
Oh,
right
that.
now.
So you're telling me not to completely destroy your only connection to
Yes.
any kind of identity?
Yes.
That's entirely fair. Alright.
You can't meditate on it. Maybe it'll reveal
Twist it
something.
I've been trying.
Did you try and twist it like a creamfield cookie?
I try. Does that do anything?
Make an investigation check.
That sounds good.
Yeah, try this. Yeah, so
16.
It says
See?
properties.
So
of how
trying
use
to
them.
twist the top and bottom like a Oreo cookie.
I didn't say that
Like a cream-filled cookie.
Cream-filled cookie. You stop and jiggle it around, and then suddenly the sides of the coin expand out.
You're a
leaving
goddamn genius.
leaving the top and bottom plate still there. And you notice
That's
a
different.
couple of images slid, or a single image slid from the outer edge corners.
What's on the image?
That's not nothing.
On the image, let me get my notes.
It's just a big F you.
It's a puzzle coin. It's a puzzle coin.
It's just a picture of past Hazel flipping off current Hazel.
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. I'm not separated.
Now
You
it's
can
got
pull
it.
it back together.
It says
Now
Like,
snap it.
like a two
made at the North Pole.
Well, that's bullshit. Let me get your backstory.
Yep.
backstory packet.
Yep. I have my own copy. It's just the lesser version.
Yeah.
I'm finding this out with
I
you
cast greater
guys.
backstory.
This is a heavy
That's okay. We
heavy
actually
character
worked through mine.
episode.
We worked through my origin story, but I don't remember anything past that.
I remember things. I just apparently was not on the task I thought it was.
Is your lightning horn still?
No what?
Lightning horn.
Fuck. I
Probably
forgot
not.
that.
No. I think we tested that.
Did we test it?
I think so.
We tested his.
Try too far.
I
Remind
can't use it.
myself what it is.
And next time we
Or
pick
do
a fight,
we-
I'll have to remember it.
Or do we need to recharge it?
Do I have time to explain like the claw versus wings versus eye thing, or
We'll just have to
Yeah,
find
go
out.
right ahead.
okay? So I'm
Should be easy enough.
because on the coin itself, it has like a picture of like a phoenix claw. So like the phoenix claw is the people who are focused on like battle training, and so like that's what I was. But then there's like the wings, which is focused on like defense sort of stuff, and then there's the eye, which is focused on intelligence stuff. So I don't really get why I'm on technically an intelligence mission. That's a different thing. And I'm not opening this up for jokes.
But
Okay.
there was no
So-
joke.
You seem intelligent to me.
Thank you.
Keyword seem intelligent.
On the very edges of this face,
That's what I was
now,
saying.
on the very edges of this now plaques that are on the center of the coin that has expanded out. The edges are still there. It is just metal on the insides, and when you twist it like this, there's nothing in the center except a singular knot that's holding everything together. moving it around, both sides only move a single symbol that is along the very edges that are part of the facing. So on the one that is of the phoenix, there is a triangle amongst the various different assortment of various symbols around the corner that seems to move. And as you move both parts, it seems to move a little bit more. On the other side is 3 dots of slightly different metal coloration. Make an investigation check since you're looking at it.
19.
19. Which side are you looking towards first?
I'll look at the 3 dots was on the side with the claw,
Okay.
right? Or like one was on one side, one was on the other?
Yeah, okay.
So I'll look at the phoenix first, the triangle.
The phoenix first?
Yeah, the triangle.
The triangle. Okay. Okay. So, taking the triangle and starting to go through it, moving the coins now 3-dimensionally. Now just not going outside, but it's also going up and down, left and right. So it has a full X and Y pattern.
No Z?
No, it doesn't go
Okay.
straight up. It's a still 2-dimensional plane.
Okay.
Going through and finding various different pathways of not quite sure where you need to go, something clicks as you continue. And this is over 5, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes of just focusing on this.
You guys can keep doing your thing. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be.
Oh, I'm
Just-
watching.
mucking with it.
Yeah.
You're the good best show in town right now.
As you
While
get
staring.
maybe 2, 3, and keep getting stuck on various things which aggravate you, and as soon as you get a little bit of progression, you hit a barrier and you get stuck again. Yeah, and it annoys the living crap out of you. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Saving?
This is not for ability. This is just for story wise.
Suppose a coin.
16.
16. Yeah, that's high enough.
Yay.
You remember something that infuriated you, but was a very spiritual side of the training, of a labyrinth of peace of mind. It is meant to take the longest route possible with the most indirect route that will eventually get to the center. And as you move it forward and further, it's going to take a while. And it's purposely meant to snag where you think you're getting progression. But the goal is to take this triangle to the center of the phoenix.
Okay.
So you have a puzzle.
Do you know what a labyrinth of peace of mind is?
I don't know. I feel like
It
it's
is
one of those
it is
things
a
I know
very
if I saw it.
Asian thing to do. Quite literally, when you are having trouble calming
I feel like
the
I've
voices.
seen it.
Yeah, it is quite literally a circle
Yeah.
that has, and it's a variation of lines. It's quite literally a labyrinth that has one direction that takes the entire circle before you get to the center.
Okay.
This one is a variation of it. This one has areas of, if you stray from that peace of mind and try to be too eager and hurry up, it will snag and will get caught on something.
Okay.
It is infuriating, meant to slow you down.
Okay.
And it will take a bit. And make another wisdom saving throw.
Can I roll religion at all?
Not yet.
Okay. 15.
15. As you continue, maybe
It's a
within the first third of it, you get caught again.
I was wrong. That was a 17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. You get a little further and you get caught again. And you have to go back several inches to try again. As you're moving this triangle around the edge, around the phoenix. And it's strange, even though it's an impression of a phoenix, and this metal triangle is moving around on the surface. It doesn't have like any guidelines to it. It just seamlessly moves through various parts of the coin with ease. It's been about 40-50 minutes if you wish to continue.
I'm just gonna keep on working on this and eventually make my way over to the house. This is the first
It's
progress
still
I've made on
evening.
this.
You guys
in
have not
weeks.
taken a long rest.
Well, I want to keep working on this. I don't really have much I would want to buy anyways.
Make another 3 wisdom saving throws in that case as you continue. Just for simplicity reasons.
Ooh. 2 of them are so bad. I rolled a 6, a 7, and then a 22.
6, 7, and a 22.
Yeah.
So, 22, as you continue, you start to slow the pace, slow the mind, and just go through the gradual rotation of the entire thing. As you just inch slowly and slowly to the center of the coin. And then you get a little too brash and get caught and caught and caught and caught, and eventually are completely shoved away from the path and are forced to restart. And this is about 2 hours of work.
I would like to take a look at the 3 dots.
Turn it around.
Please deposit another 25 gold pieces.
Please deposit more of your sanity.
E pluribus et so.
So the 3 balls is for the Phoenix Claw.
Yeah.
Seeing this Phoenix Claw frozen in the center, almost like it's about to grasp the very whatever is at the center of it, as you begin the very same labyrinth
I
piece
swear to
of
fucking
mind,
God.
but completely different. Make a religion check.
Really? It's a 7.
7. So you spend another 30-40 minutes on this, and you just slam it shut and just take a moment before you rip open someone's skull.
Desna! Desna, why?
Okay.
Who's
On that
that?
happy
And unfortunately,
You're a
We've
I've
master?
already been over this. Desna's my goddess.
it
Okay.
keeps eluding you right now. Unfortunate.
I have some. It's still nighttime, right?
It is nighttime. It is,
Let's go get our shit.
yeah.
Well,
It
let's
is
take a long rest.
definitely sundown.
Rest.
It's probably
need to
about
pay
10, 11
for-
o'clock at night.
I thought we already had rooms here. Is the thing?
Yeah.
No,
we
the
have
other
rooms.
place we gotta
We have
pay. We
rooms
paid
at
for a
the
couple
other
of days at the other place.
Alright.
However, you had some stuff. Any of his stuff glow magical? The axe head and any of that other stuff?
No.
Oh,
Finally made progress on the fucking coin, and now
No.
I'm stuck.
They're all main items. Roll a perception check for me, since you're looking at them real quick.
Roll perception.
me? Oh, I thought he was talking to you. Camera in the way. Perception?
Yeah.
I'm glad other people are rolling well.
18.
18. As you look over the items of the various things that you found from the horde of the growing hunger, or sorry, the growing king, or something like that. You stop on the great axe head, that is single-sided with the steel dwarf that has his beard going out to make the entire axe head. It looks very similar in its color design to what was wielded in the pit.
In the pit. Oh, can I have that?
I swear to fucking God.
Here.
What?
It's the idiot's axe.
The dwarven's axe? The head of his axe?
It's the head of his axe. He was fighting with the handle. This is the head.
Derek, it is this big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. No, I hold it like that. You hold it like that.
That's what I'm doing.
So they were scrying on him for a reason.
You gather the sense that it was the dragon's ship list.
Yeah.
He probably tried to kill him.
He's
This
probably
is
on a lot of people's shit list.
He probably
Still
attempted to kill the dragon to
is it
begin with.
identification to
Okay.
locate him or something?
Yes.
Or just so he could track him because he owns something
Yeah.
that belonged to him?
Yeah.
That
yeah,
one.
Yeah, that one.
So now that he's dead, we can get him back to the dwarf.
It is possible that the dragon was.
Horse trading.
Yes.
Good.
Excellent.
Now you have something that he absolutely wants, I'm sure, and something that
You realize if Derek goes and gives it to him,
It was
going to go just give it to him and walk away.
no.
no, he's
No.
going to trade for the location of his item.
Well, the point is we had a negotiation. We cleared out the cave for him. He's supposed to give me the location. So-
Actually, we get. I take it. May I have it back?
Sure.
We get to keep all the treasure. I wonder how much it's worth to him.
True.
Find everything. We keep everything.
So we
alive.
put this back in your pack for now. When we go down, you get your information, then we trade that for something else.
Excellent.
Okay, can we take a long rest now and then go get our animals and do all that other stuff?
Yeah.
That could
I wanna
certainly
go-
help
I
a
wanna
lot of
go
workers.
shop and try and find some stuff.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
that's
yes.
why
we want to rest, so we can
Yeah.
do that in the morning.
So
Yeah.
do we get
In the
a rest
morning.
while we rest,
Right now, I'm exhausted.
or do we fast forward the morning?
I'm just gonna
You're sore. You're
Well,
sore.
sit against the wall.
I'm
We'll
exhausted.
fast forward to
Slide
morning.
down.
Thank God.
Okay.
I just slide down the wall.
To find.
Put my shield in front of me. Just gotta.
Ow.
I am tired of being stuck in a mountain. Stuck in a fucking volcano. I want to see the sky.
Reminds me of Vinegard.
You're not selling things to make it better there, kiddo.
I did not print out that
Reminds you of
document.
the Underdark.
Open it. Great.
That could be worse.
I
We could
wanna
be
see the
soaking wet.
stars.
And make clouds appear in front of your eyes. They fade fast, but they're.
Wait, clouds?
Sky.
And I do a little stuff.
Can we do? No, I want night sky. I
Oh,
want the
stars.
Oh, starry sky
Okay,
behind
okay,
the
there we
clouds. There you go. You can do the moon.
This is a little bit better.
Moon. Okay, moon.
This is a little better.
Because prestidigitation is a great thing.
That's right.
to teach.
It is. Wait, I'm not in the room.
Can anyone do some fireflies?
Oh, I could do fireflies. I keep moving them out of your way.
Okay, so
I'm
next
gonna.
morning,
You're going to get tired.
So
Yes.
all of you take a long rest. When everything back. You get your hit points back, your keys back. Key points, I mean.
Yeah.
she has the key.
Vitality restored.
Last of
I
hell.
got my.
She has the key to the ocean's floor. I'm gonna take it.
So is the king's castle in the mountain, or is it in the?
Yeah, it's actually that giant pillar at the center
really
of this
working on
layer.
it.
In the back of this layer, there's a
And
giant
you're
pillar
just a witcher.
that is also lava infused in the very center of it.
Watch
It's
the
split up in
series.
two towers that support
I
this
played a
entire
bit of
level.
the first game.
Oh
The
wow.
bard is obnoxiously funny.
Covered in dwarven mentality and statues figures as well.
Basically,
Of course.
That's how to make Witcher like and famous.
So you guys come back to consciousness, well rested, comfortable to a point. It is not the best bedding, but definitely better than some situation you guys were placed in relatively recently. You get some breakfast, no charge, as promised from the fart.
Bacon.
So,
Plenty
is
of
the fart
bacon.
there and awake? at breakfast time?
Eggs, bacon.
Sorry, who?
Is the fart there and awake?
Define awake.
Conscious.
Able to be
Less
talked to
drunk.
quick.
As you look over to him, he's kind of just sitting there looking at an empty cup with a half-open expression. Just
I get a cup of
Coffee.
Maybe after this
cup of
afternoon.
coffee. And oh yeah, we'll talk to him when we get back. Fine.
We gotta go shopping, we gotta go.
Let them sleep.
Yeah, let's go get our stuff, but go shopping on the way.
very well. So you go back to the hard corn.
Shopping first, right?
Well,
That's a C
Oh.
hard.
So that we can load it up
Good
with.
stuff if we need to.
We're
Yes.
buying that much.
You go get the hard corn.
Well, potentially.
Sorry, go get the hard corn. You go to the hard corn to get your steed and wagon. Nope.
Still there, right?
Steeds and wagon, as you find your war horse and your draft horse.
And my riding horse.
And the riding horse. You got 3 horses, that's right. Just fine. Nothing wear and tear. If not, they seemed a little relieved. They seem a little stir crazy because they've been standing in one location and haven't been moved very often.
Who's a good boy?
Yeah.
No, it's
rather
Nay.
relieved that they haven't been in a dire situation in a while.
Okay.
It's a nice little vacation for the warhorse.
Yes, yeah, even the war horse is just like seeming to be healing up nicely.
Oh god, they're back.
Yeah. Oh god.
Okay, and then we make our way
I'm gonna go through and be petting all of them and be like, hi guys.
to the magic shop.
To the magic shop. Easy enough, it's on the same floor that you guys are on. Further in the back to the right, to it, the main pillar of the not the High King's, the Dwarf King's throne, essentially. And you find yourself looking at a... Oh, that's wrong thing. Right. Going into the rather busy market of the various layered system that goes into almost a triangle trough of this entire level. That all of it is meant to see almost like a reverse impression of taking the entire floor and lifting it up to make the tower that now holds the dwarven layer as itself. And the city was built from the area that was lifted up.
That looks stable.
It's not exactly what they did, but it's built in an area how it is meant to see. Saying, even though I am up here, I am built from the same stone as you are. It's a dwarven mentality kind of state.
We are all one. We are all one.
Exactly.
Very cute.
Yeah. So, passing marketplace after marketplace, going several layers up and getting turned around a little bit and finding your course once again, you find yourself looking at a rather interesting mixture of the natural ambience red nature of the lava-filled chambers of the volcano. Warm, but not hot, unlike like that cave you explored.
Right.
You find a festive bakery of heavy dwarven stone,
Well-baked.
normal, that has been carved out of the floor. That also makes the top of the next walkway above. But this one is instead of dwarven figures or of armored individual, it's of fancy cook and fine dining individuals that are making their presentation of freshly baked goodies that have magical flares to it, to each one.
I want to try some.
Well, no, these are the stone statues that are holding up the actual building itself.
Advertising.
Yeah, and they're all, and it's been festified in various different colors, bright. And your nose are immediately assailed pleasantly with a wafting of sugar, cakes, and baked goods.
The ads work.
I just ate.
No.
No.
I just broke my fast, but I'm hungry for sweet.
Okay. Magic shop anywhere near?
And it has the name that you have been pointed to. The staves and stoves.
Staves and stoves.
Staves
So
and
we are
stoves.
obviously smelling the stoves.
And it
part.
shows a big rotund man holding the sign, and the sign is chocolate as he's taking a bite out of it.
It's cute.
Magic shop? Lovely.
Magical
Is
food.
there somebody in it?
Going inside, you find yourself in a rather homey attire, home-style bakery that is immediately hit with a glass view, open range, layers upon layers of various pastries, cakes, candies, and truffles. As in the back is a open range kitchen that is extravagant and well used. As you see a rotund dwarf that is very massive for what he is. He's a 5 foot, he's a 5 foot 4 inch male dwarf that is big.
Round as me.
It was rounder than you. He's 330 pounds by himself. Yeah, he is
For reference,
massive.
I'm 5'4",
Yeah, yeah.
like my person.
For a moment, you think he's
I am.
like, oh, he's just a big human. But when he turns around, you see the tips of the ears that are slightly domed of a dwarven nature. not elven ears. And you notice the big classic amongst his colorful wardrobe that are fancy but manageable for cooking attire, and his apron that is just spackled with various liquids and cooking attire that has been taken this very nice apron and is soled it with work hands. As you see his big copper colored beard that has been thrown over his shoulders, and with his it's not a pencil mustache, but you can still see his lips, unlike some dwarves. As he turns around, taking something out of the tray, taking a tray out of one of the ovens, as he sniffs it, and he turns around and you see like 6 scrolls laid on top of his head, and lays it on one of the prepping counters and just takes one up with a pair of fire mittens and opens it up. Beauty. Oh, wrong voice. Beauty.
Greetings.
Greetings! It is a pleasure to meet you. Whoa! As he looks over the various variety of different individuals. Pleasure to meet you all! And he switched over to Aquan. It is a pleasure to meet one of the sea.
Thank
do
you.
not get one of the... yes!
Aquan.
From the sea! From the sea or from the river?
From the rivers.
From the rivers.
That join the sea.
Well, welcome to the Dragonlands. It is not a place meant for such colorful folk, but I'm glad you have strutted toward this volcano. And look at you!
Very strange.
My lords above. You're beautiful. You are very beat up. You are very beat up. Do you have any maintenance on you?
Maintenance?
Maintenance, yes.
We have a tiny thing of mending.
That will do. No, that won't do. Okay. I'm glad you're here. First of all, I got hungry.
Yes.
For magical items.
Oh, what am I doing? I did not properly introduce myself. My name is
Truthful.
Thromdeath Lightfoot. Lightborn. Thromdeath Lightborn. Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to be at your presence. And pleasure to be your
Lightborn.
Lightborn.
I pull out my hood so I
Well,
can-
that's quite the fighting
How do
name.
you spell that?
What?
That's quite the fighting name.
Thrawn.
Looking at your
Just
gross
thought that was
attire.
Frondith?
But don't worry.
That's what it is.
I will not deter anything as long as you have proper coin and proper heart.
Oh, we have a good heart. We killed the bad dragon.
That was you! Oh, of course, it was you, of course. Yeah, and he points to Sparks.
What
Of
the hell
course.
does he get all the
We
credit
helped.
for?
Well, yes, but
It is very large.
you're right. I do apologize. I was going by assumptions of appearances of a single individual. That is not what I shall do. Especially look at me. Even I'm so big and lovable. Exactly. I cannot just judge by a single view of an individual. As he takes his beard and brings it back around as various clips to hold it in place, actually make a small burger just spread out of his beard.
We have various needs amongst our people for magical items.
Oh, I got magical items and I got magical candy as well. What is your pleasure and what is your pain?
My pain is adventuring. My pleasure
Is it also adventuring?
is I'm looking for specifically 4 items. Most of which is the instrument of the bard, the Macurma.
Oh, instrument of the bard. My personal favorite on myself. As he, what instrument? What do you play? What is your heart? What's your passion? What is
The
your
violin.
soul? The violin. Not bad, classy. I like it. The violin. Now, please understand that I do not just create such a passionate project. It must be sung. It must be made. As mine as well. As he holds out a small little pocket trumpet. As a pocket horn. This is mine. And it looks very tiny to him with his rotund figure.
Please tell me he blows like a single note. This is mine.
Well, if you say
Kazoo.
I love it so much.
I like it.
It's like a bugle.
It's a
But-
pocket piccolo.
because
Pocket bugle.
It's a pocket pickle.
Pocket piccolo?
Pocket full of piccolo?
Are pickles all popping?
Stop using
It
that.
must be connected to such an individual because it's a very passionate thing. So, if you wish, I can definitely cook something up for you. It'll take a little bit, but what kind of passion are you looking for?
The Mac Fiona.
What?
There's 4 or 5 types. It's called the Mac Fiona. It's the uncommon one.
Okay. That one I can do, actually. He takes one of the scrolls. No. No. And takes the last one. Oh, that one. And throws it into a crock pot.
How much would that cost?
That would be about 500 gold pieces.
I'd drop it on the table.
Oh, look at that! I can see we can order really fast things. So, you said violin, yes?
Yes.
What type of violin? Human size?
Sure.
Elven? Dwarven?
Elvin.
Elven. There you go. One moment, please. Please, look at the goods while I go take a
And then
quick break real quick.
Are there little
I
signs
want to look at the
next to
candies
what they
and
are
the
or
cakes.
whatever?
Oh God.
Are there little
Hold on.
signs next to what they are?
Yes,
or
there's
whatever?
various
The
signs
glass
of
is
various.
cracking.
Oh God, careful. Off the glass.
The jaw's already open and trying to grab it.
You said he also.
No.
You said he also sold like
It's less
food
money
and
if we
stuff?
just buy
Yeah,
the
actually,
things.
looking at this counter of a bakery store, you notice that there's just an array of various pastry, cakes, and desserts just behind a glass curtain of a curved dome.
Okay, I'm just curious. I'm not gonna buy any, but I just take a look around because like he greeted us so eagerly and he speaks Aquan and shit. Does he have any of the Agualan jelly spice that I took from home? The where it's made straight from jellyfish?
Actually, he does.
Holy shit!
It's
It
in a
is
don- it's inside of a donut.
absurdly.
It's
It is absurdly overpriced.
of course. I
Because-
was just like, I made this in my backyard. What the fuck?
Well, yeah, but it's your backyard, and his backyard has lava.
That's spicy too.
So yes, he does. It's about triple the price of a normal one, though.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I'm not buying any. I was just wondering if he had some.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does actually. Amongst the various things, you also
So
see.
spicy, it's like getting stung by a jellyfish.
You find amongst the various truffles about it, you find each one a little different than the last, and they're noted as truffles of healing.
Oh.
Yeah. You see each one having at the base of these chocolate truffles have a slight red hue that go a little less red as it grows to the top.
I never thought I'd like.
You
to
have a
get
hazelnut crumble
Just
dark
yeah.
chocolate truffle that is a common truffle of healing, and then you have the truffle of greater healing, the white chocolate crumbled crumbled truffle, and then a fine liquor mousse truffle for those that are having a bit of a bad day. It is a truffle of superior healing. Next to it, you also find a glazed donut of water breathing. You see a small maple glazed donut, twisted.
Ooh, the twisted glaze.
Yeah, the twisted glaze.
The maple.
Yeah, it's the maple, made in a beach with blue breading acting as the ocean and white icing on the edges, making it look like a surf of a beach. As you see a small, looking in a small candied lawn chair sitting on top of it.
It must have
And
taken,
what is
like,
that
a little while
That's
to take
250
down.
gold pieces.
No,
No,
what
what's
does it
it
do?
It is
Water breathing.
It's water.
Water
No.
breathing. Water breathing.
You were saying that
It is a
the regular
donut.
one was.
It's a donut of water breathing.
I thought
Yeah,
that's
the
what you said the
twisted-
regular
the glazed
glaze was.
donut.
The twisted
No,
donut.
he has regular,
the
glazed
twisted donut's
donuts.
glazed, and then it's got all the stuff on top of it as well.
I thought that was the maple one.
Yeah, that's the maple. The maple has been made so that it looks like the sand. of the
I was
beach.
thinking that there were the two
different donuts.
types.
Two different donuts
no,
doing
it's the
two
same
I
different.
thought it was
No, no,
a,
no. Yeah,
like
okay.
a classic glaze
This is
and a maple.
there are classic maple glazed donuts off to the right hand side,
If you don't want
and then this
actual
one's the donut of water breathing, and this has a twisted maple glazed donut that has blue breading,
Yeah.
and it has
I got
a
that
bit
one.
of white icing on the side to make the surf and
Yeah.
turf, and it has a lawn chair, candy lawn chair, on the top of it with a little umbrella.
So does the classic glaze, is that one also water breathing or is that the
No, it's
not
just a
that?
classic glaze.
Okay, that's where I lost you.
That's what was not clear.
I got the description of the maple.
It's like
Yeah.
two stores. One has exactly the same thing at the other side. It's just one's magical and one's not.
It's not the same thing. He's made it a little differently, and actually each one has a little magical
Do you have
flair.
flan?
He comes out of the corner with a fine grass weave woven elven violin, and he goes, "Well, of course I flan. Would you like some flan? I do not make it unless it is fresh. Please understand that flan is ready when flan is ready."
How much for some flan?
Well, for me, 2 gold. It is a proper
I
flan.
got 2 gold.
And he takes the fine grass leaf gold woven violin and throws it in a chamber pot and closes it as it starts to vibrate. They'll be ready in the.
Well, no, the violin is separate from the flan, right?
Yes. No,
Okay.
I'm making your item. Now I'll take
That's
a-
how you enchant stuff.
Hey, whatever
Throw it
works.
in the chamber pot.
No, it starts to vibrate as the fire and just suddenly.
You did say
How many
chamber.
dice can you get for making
Yeah,
a
he
You
said
said
chamber
chamber
pot.
pot,
Yeah,
right?
chamber
I didn't mean chamber pot. I'm sorry.
That's the shit.
I did not mean chamber.
I thought you were just like, I'm gonna make this violin magic. Shake it up.
It's actually
Get it all in
No,
Crock
it's a
pot?
crop pot. Yeah.
That violin is the shit.
I'm going to assist my brother. I gave him inspiration
Yeah.
to try to get a discount.
Okay. How would you like the dragon hunters to be using your wares so everybody else sees it and give us a discount so that we'll do that?
He kind of puts his elbows on the.
Big puppy dog ass.
He puts on the his elbows on the presentation display and just folds his fingers.
You're scaring me.
Now, when I say presentation, it's only 3 feet tall,
Yeah.
with a big man just kind of go down and get all low, gets as low as possible. Put his elbows on this presentation. As he just looks at you. Roll persuasion.
With advantage, and inspiration.
Dragon Killer discount.
Oh, damn.
Nope, I messed up my lines apparently because that's only a
It was
10.
the eyeballs that did it.
Nathan's
now
one was so much better.
I'm
It was a 10.
my brother. He's special.
I can tell. Everyone is special, especially every single person I meet.
But
Everyone is
what
special.
he was trying to say.
I understand what you're trying to say with the individual. Please understand that he is a unique individual.
Yes.
But please understand when I say this. I do not know you, you do not know me, and you do not know the 6 children I have at home because I am a lover. I have to feed my children. The magical items and components that I make to bake these type of things is a lot of money.
Do you have anything that would go around my waist that would be of the dwarven variety that would
Actually, I do.
be trimming? But
Was that a fancy way of saying no?
Yes, I do. If you come to it with me in the bath after you're done perusing the various trinkets,
What can you do about this situation?
I have something very.
My armor is
Very.
quite warm.
Well, I have several ideas, but please come to the back. Come to the back. Just for simplicity, there's a love cake.
Love cake.
Yep, there's love cakes. There's flaming chocolate balls of fire breath. There's a I can't.
What if I need one of those?
I kind of want one.
Fire breathing Warforged.
Yeah,
I
it
was
is.
thinking about being a fire
Yeah,
breathing
it's a 2-inch diameter fine milk chocolate ball, ablaze with blue fire, and it's still burning. With topped with the inner circle of it that has melted through from the outer layer of fine chocolate, through showing a deep maroon jam of some sorts, showing its underneath. Yeah,
casting spell
Yeah.
is never so yummy.
it is, and there is a cacchini
If you try to use it.
of giant strength.
What a giant string?
Cacchini of giant strength is a pastry with a cream inside. Yeah, and it's shaped in a severed arm with the arm doing
Oh my
like this.
God.
And it has the red cream on the outer edge, so it looks like it got severed off. Yeah, there's cupcakes of resistance, each one different from the last.
Oh my god.
There's
I love this place.
This is my favorite shop I've ever been to in a
there's
D&D game.
strawberry-filled pastries
Ooh.
of health. They're known as healthy pastries.
How long do they last?
Well, usually just like a potion.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there is which one was
The
this
shit
one?
holds.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about too.
But if they're magical.
No,
Like,
we
what's
already
the
did-
shelf
we
life of
already
these items?
agreed
And then
that
there's
it's not a
the
chamber
cake
That was funny.
of immortality.
There's what?
The cake of immortality.
What is
It
that?
is a small dessert cake, a handheld fine dessert cake, iced with glazed icing with a swirl drizzling across its top.
I'm imagining
That with chocolate dots around the base of it, but it keeps ever slowly shifting from one color to another. It is quite literally a potion of invulnerability. It is 7,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
That's
So going to the back,
The
as
shelf
you,
life of these items?
as you ask, he turns around as he barely fits through the hallway and gets through the other as his belly. Well, I've actually never tested that. They last for as long as he goes over to one shelf to the back and open it up. Yep, still good. 50 years.
Oh,
Wow.
That's all.
What is the shelf life of a potion and fine craftsmanship?
Fair
Forever, supposedly, but I never test that. I'm testing it out with a simple
very good.
So those are.
We don't have to worry. They're
It took
magical.
me a very long time to create such magics and to place them in such delectable, edible little things. It is a art that has never been, well, re-realized in the past era, and it took me quite a fine, practice in order to bring it back. I am
It's
so
really-
far the only shop that has ever made potions into such pretty, tasty little things.
I will say it's quite impressive, especially with the chocolate and the warmth and.
Oh yes, don't worry. That's why they're in the glass case. Actually, I don't think they melt either, unless you throw it into the actual fire of the lava. In that
That's
case,
just a
well,
waste.
it's told. Thank you, madam. Anyway, look upon my gifts, and if you give the proper coin, they will be yours. As he turns around and presents a armory, essentially, of various different items, and I do mean various different items.
Is there a bag of holding by any chance? Is there a bag of holding?
Yes, I do. Let me find it. Let me find it.
Yeah, how many do you have of those?
Unfortunately, my friend, I only have one, as it is a hot pocket. It is a hot demand, unfortunately, and it
No, hot
does
pocket's
affect the price.
Yep.
Hot pocket was fine.
Hot pocket.
Yum.
Delicious.
I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Hot
There we
pocket's
go. Uncommon items.
It means two things.
Hot pocket with what? Chicken, beef.
Robe of useful
Pastrami.
items,
Pocket
gem of
jam.
brightness, bag of holding. There it is. As he brings it out and just puts on a nice presentation counter in front of you. And again, everything is dwarf sized, and he's a big, 5'4" dwarf
Yeah.
that is equal his size in girth.
This guy's freaking.
He's fucking
Wow.
massive.
I look small next to him.
Yeah. You've never seen a dwarf this tall before.
I'm denser, but
He puts down
This tall.
he floats.
He put down an ornate light blue leather bag with beads worked into it.
They call it a cannonball.
Yeah, he's huge.
That's called a cannonball.
Beads worked into it to form small little fireworks. This will be 2,000 gold pieces.
I can actually afford.
Please understand that this is a merchant's dream right here. Everyone wants one, including your brother. Including my brother, too.
You would think you would have one by then.
But of course, if we put more items on the list, perhaps that item will reduce in price in order to make up the difference. Yes?
Oh, there's gonna be more items.
Oh, yes. So,
There's already
let's
the
see.
violin.
We got the moon rods, Well, at the Pack Keeper, we have the wand of the magic detection, goggles of night, dust of sneezing and choking, sending storms,
Wait.
sending
Can we
storms.
pause and go back to the goggles of night?
Time out. You said goggles of night vision?
Yes, we got goggles of night vision.
How many of those do you have?
We have 2 of them, if I remember correctly. No,
We have
that's
2 here.
gloves.
Do you have gauntlets of ogre power?
Yes, we do.
Hold
I
on,
don't
we're
think
still
so.
on the goggles right now.
We
You
have.
have 2 of them.
No, hold on.
That's exactly what you guys
We don't know the price yet.
Yes.
They're on
We don't.
They should be
Yeah.
around 500 on like the bag of holding that's the
Overpriced.
DM doesn't want us to have.
I can technically afford.
But then that's it.
Gauntlets of ogre power. A pair of heavy, thickened dwarven metal gauntlets, partially dyed red, to enhance the details of the runic dwarven make. And he places that on the counter.
How much are those?
These will be 500 gold pieces, please.
Throw them
How
on
much
top.
were the goggles?
The goggles, I have one here. I swear that I had 2. Anyway, we have a pair of goggles that is a set of black leather red tint lenses. Goggles with brass rings linking the eyewear, very steampunky. With big brass knobs at the top and bottom to it that link it together and all that. This would be 200 gold pieces.
I assume you both are buying one of those?
We also have eyes of my. Here we go. Here's the second pair. Same thing, but green tinted lenses.
So one's black and one's green?
Yes.
Red and green.
No,
Red and green.
one's red lenses, one's green lenses.
I misheard. I do apologize.
Oh. Red.
Yes, red and green.
Black and
Match
red,
the
black
feather
and
you
green.
used to
Yeah,
have.
it would match my feather when I get another one.
Because it got singed off.
Yes.
You need another feather?
Yes, magical feather.
He turns
Just
around
a red
and
What kind of
opens
weather
a closet door to see an array of various exotic feathers.
Oh my good house.
Oh,
He just
shit,
came
careful
out of
with
the
your
closet.
Magical is a very thing. These are very fine, delicate flowers. I had to pick
Flowers?
Feathers.
No, feathers.
No. Flowers to me. You must keep them fine and precious from the creatures that they've held from. But if you want the magical, I also have magical quills, if you wish.
Well, just put a magic
well, it
quill
just
on
needs
it.
to not burn in fire like the last one did.
Or acid.
Burn in fire.
If you're
melt in
looking for a
acid.
magical item that is resistance to substance structure forces, I can definitely do that within a few days. Now, don't go jumping into lava and expecting it not to get damaged.
No.
Again.
But
You're
it's
talking about again.
Oh, you joker!
as
Ridiculous dragon.
still treat it like a normal feather. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
What kind of feather would you like? You said red feathers?
I prefer red, yes.
He takes a big goose. Sorry, not goose. It's one of those feathers that is big and long and very poofy.
Peacock?
It's going to be
Red peacock feather?
peacock or ostrich.
It would be an ostrich.
Okay.
Red ostrich feather.
Well,
Is
he
that
died.
About the same size as the other feather?
It's
that
a
I have,
little
or is
bigger.
it
Ostrich are more
It's a
poofy.
little
than
lot bigger.
What does it do?
Ostrich is
Well,
much
that
more
is
poofy.
just a feather. It just makes you look fabulous. If you put it on, it'll make you look even more sexy.
Right. Now, okay.
Wait,
Not magical.
for
That
that?
is not the magical.
Well, okay, so what about, do you have any red ones that are endued with some kind of magic?
Well,
I can imbue it with some magical
I see. Okay,
capabilities.
okay.
What do you
All
think
right.
I'm doing with the
All right,
violin?
very good. All right.
Yes, there we go.
It's currently cooking.
But that might be wise
talk about
to
that.
something that enhances your.
I paid him the 500 for the
Arrogance.
gauntlets.
Okay.
Arrogance. What do you call arrogance?
Well, you don't have much arrogance.
Maybe
And
This
there's
would
two
enhance your
sunny
arrogance.
things.
immediately.
sunny. Give me a few days and give me a few days, my friend, and I will make sure that it is well protected. Yes.
No, because
Yes,
we're already
Okay.
buying a lot at once. here.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, guys, for simplicity reason, I'm just gonna read through what he has. He has a ring of jumping, ring of cooling, gloves of missile snaring, gloves of swimming and climbing. We have Kenotum ointment
Get
that
some
smells
of
of
that.
strawberry jams. Sorry, blueberry jams.
Nice.
We have a necklace adaptation, boots of elven kind, sending stones, dust of sneezing and choking, immovable rod, rod of the pack keeper, wand of magic detention, sending stones, eyes of minuseam, parafit of health. We have a cloak of elven kind.
It's the disease one. Does he have a thing that does comprehend languages?
Oh, unfortunately not, my friend. That is designated to our excavation efforts.
Does he have any
What were the eyes?
armor? Like +1, +2 armor?
And that's what I'm looking for as well.
Here we go.
Well, we're working on
What was
fixing
that-
your
what was that
armor,
pack?
I do, and he points over to a
Not
grand
the
case that is
pack
in a locked, secure case of a thick glass that's about this thick in glass. This is known as dwarven hide. It is it goes over. It's a set of heavy, darkened dwarven steel with a golden brass metal trimming, lining over the overly bulky and rounded belly plate mail. Specifically around the arms and around the shoulders and around the chest area. And he basically says, this is our later design. It is lined with dwarven tungsten steel. It is dwarven tungsten steel in also refined adamantine.
Okay.
This is the best piece here. The cherry upon my cake.
So we can't afford it.
It is 40,000 gold pieces.
Yep, called it.
Unfortunately, I believe that's a bit
Did
of
he say
a...
4,500?
Yes.
40,000.
40,000. That is a lot of zeros, my friend.
4,000
What
platinum.
was that packed rod thing you
We
mentioned?
do know where there's a
Well,
big
there's a
pool of
pack
platinum
keeper.
bubbling away.
Yep.
I want a new armor. I don't want it that bad.
So there's no like.
He brings out a steel caped rod of rather plain-looking twisted vines, and he explains once attuned, and it has steel cappings on each. So it's like, once attuned, this takes the properties of the pack that you have chosen. That you take your overly kind deity. This is 500 gold pieces.
Put that on the table.
And I was
I saw something about it.
I know that the Kingdom Dragon sounds good.
You said you wanted a belt of dwarven kind.
You apparently yes.
I have one right here, and he puts down an all hardened, darkened leather dwarven Viking-like belly. It's the one that you put the belt on. It's one of those big belts that cover the lower part of your stomach.
Oh yes.
And it has the artwork on the actual stomach part of it.
So this
That's
is
what
like
it
a
is.
wrestling belt.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But it's Viking-like is what people like to say to it. It's etched in Celtic outlines of the Torg's upside down hammer symbol, forming into a tree at the top of it, wrapping around itself until it goes back to the roots of its kind. All centered around a opal peridot at the center of the tree.
What does that do?
A green an opal peridot. A green.
Sorry, oval peridot.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Sorry.
I was like, wait a minute. You just said two stones that are the same.
Oval.
An oval peridot, which is
does
green.
that
How fancy! I like
Increases
green.
strength, right? Increases strength.
If you want it to be green, I can do that, no problem.
No, it is green. Peridot is green.
Yeah, paradox
yeah,
of
yeah.
green.
That was a couple.
The light green.
The boots of Elvenkind, what color are they?
Well,
Oh.
I don't know. Yes.
Oh,
So when- and I would like to know how much you are planning to charge for the.
That will be, that is unfortunately a rare item, so it's going to be rather pricey, my friend. But this is a good, sturdy value one. It would be, well, with the various items, I'll say
We're in a
3,500.
We're in a dwarven city. There's.
Yes, but that doesn't mean it is going to be a cheap thing to make. We also have elven, human,
I'm trying to persuade him.
dragonborn.
Trying to persuade him.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna suck at it because
Yeah.
I just suck at these kind of things. But come on.
He's gonna hate us if we keep trying to lowball.
Woo!
there was
Wait
also
a
something
minute.
with eyes.
Okay, I
There are
have
goggles
a
of
modification
eyes.
of nothing.
Yeah.
18.
Oh,
18. He looks at, but I like your girth. And he kind of slaps his belly. Dong, dong. 3,000.
so about
500.
500.
Please understand that this is a top-notch item. For the boots of Elvenkind, it's a fine pair master-woven elven boots made of red and amber autumn leaves that have fallen naturally from their trees.
You can always use polish on it.
How much?
If you're looking for black boots from elven kind, that's going to be a little difficult, my friend. It is going to be $350.
3,500.
No,
No,
350. If you're going to give me
It's not
3,500, I'll give him the belt.
Oh well, put it on. Put it.
Very
on
well.
Yeah.
And what else?
You said something of eyes? Eyes or something?
Eyes of minute seeing.
What is that?
It is a hold on.
You can use the reed rock.
Do you get like a telescope eye or something?
Where did it go?
Microscope.
Here it is. Eyes of minute seeing, and he takes out a red lens, mostly brass and bronze metal monocle, steampunk in nature, with dark strands that dark strands that once put on enlarge the eye of the user to ridiculous proportions as he places it on. You can see his eye. With a series of smaller lenses that further enhance one's view. This will be 300 gold pieces.
What does it do?
It allows you to see things that you were normally unable to see. Not invisibility, that I would not. Oh, I changed his voice completely. Not of one of invisibility, but those that need assistance in seeing things that they could not before. It gives you advantage on investigations.
You can see.
And it's unattunable, so you don't have to worry about attunement.
You
can
just put it
use
on.
With the goggles.
400 gold pieces.
There's also one thing I completely forgot what it was.
Do you have any magical chains that will help him hit harder or better?
He looks at your chain that is dangling with flan at the bottom. Oh, unfortunately not, but perhaps I can make something.
Oh, okay. Also, can you make something that will help give a voice to someone who doesn't have a jaw?
He looks over and sees Ga. Oh, my friend.
Did God get a part of that stipend?
No,
No.
he wasn't with us.
That's right.
You don't risk dying, you don't get paid.
Yep.
How much is that item?
To make an item that glance. Well, I can definitely make something that looks like a jaw, but that's more of an illusion. As soon as you touch it, it will go through. I can definitely make some sort of illusionary. And he looks over. Bandana or something.
Would it allow him to talk?
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think we need a more physical thing.
That's what takes something
Regeneration? Something?
of
even if it's
regeneration
just
capabilities that I do not
fate.
exude, unfortunately.
What about the item of climbing and swimming? 'Cause that'd
That would
something useful to
be
me.
okay. Gloves of swimming and climbing. It's a pair of leather gloves dyed dark blue and brown trimming. That has edging of deployable web fingers at the very sides of it, or small, heavy, curved hooks at the center of it as well, of each finger. My friend, I believe. Oh wait, no. Can you take off the glove? No, you can't. Oh, you're older design. That is quite interesting.
You know what I am.
Well, yes.
That's why he was offered
Yeah, that's
to
why he
repair
said-
you. Oh, sorry.
There's also another one like you in this
A
city.
beauty.
What?
He would be the one that you would have to.
What?
There's another one like him. in
Oh,
the
you would
city.
have to persuade him in working your armor if you have the coin and capability of slaying such individual. I'm assuming you want to know the location of this individual.
Use your words. Use your big boy words.
Please.
I'm just staring at him with my book open now.
Yes, please.
I'm working on it.
I would wonder if anyone's willing to let me borrow perhaps
It is
800 gold.
He's working in a fine
But I'm not
pottery
gonna spend.
pottery shop known as
Hold on a
the
second.
Dirty Hands Pottery. He inherited it from the person that has. I will not say. That is his story to tell, and only those that he is willing to have listen. He is a quiet individual and a person of, well, I help him make his mask. It would be better if you go over there yourself.
Useful robe price and ointment price.
Hmm?
The price for the useful robe and the ointment.
Robe of useful items that have a lot of items, by the way. This is one of my finding makes. And he shows a colorful robe made of hundreds of scraps of warm colored fabric sewn together into a quilt-like robe covered in a number of patches with images of various things on the outside and inside of the robe. This robe has 8,
I'm not worried about the
10,
amount of
11,
items, just the
12,
price at this point.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17,
Wow.
18. It has 18 items. It is going to go beyond, it is 1,000 gold pieces because of the number of items that it has.
I put that with the rod, please.
Very well. There we go. Wow, this is quite a hot sale there. I love it!
I'm gonna get the
And then we'll walk out.
item investigation.
No, I'm not.
You didn't give us a discount.
I'll take our business somewhere else.
Actually, so far the prices other
Those
than
are
the bag
nice,
holding have
those
been
are
fairly
nice.
reasonable.
Agreed.
Boots of Elven Kind and Rob with the Pack Keeper. I did not put it up. Gloves of Swimming and Climbing. Is that what you want?
Boots of
Or Eyes of
Elven
my new scene?
Other than
How much for
boots?
both?
The
Other than
gloves.
bag of holding.
Okay, sorry, I thought you said
Are
boots.
those
of
tunable or
Elven.
no?
No, he's been pretty good on it.
These are attunable, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll say
Okay.
200 gold pieces for this.
Okay.
And for the Eyes of Minute Seeing is going to be a 400 gold piece one.
Okay, I'll take them both.
I don't know if that one's as
And the ointment
It's not tunable.
Is anyone writing down the prices of these things?
of the stuff I'm buying.
Yeah,
Yeah, same.
I've written down the things I've bought.
Okay. Okay, so what else are you looking for?
What else do you have?
I haven't bought anything
The
yet.
ointment and a handy heavy sack.
Well, you have the belt of Dwarven Kai that you're looking
Yes,
for.
but yes, I want that, but I don't
It's
have.
3,000, so.
We have, and he brings out
I'm about.
hand-carved ivory goats,
Hold on, I'm right.
burdened with heavy sacks.
Oh, okay.
We have the figure of wondrous power ivory goat of travel, or we have the figures wondrous power ivory goat of, what was this one again? No, that's travel, and this one is traveling and travel. So one becomes essentially one of burden, and the other one is actually a giant goat that you can do various things with. I will not
those?
judge.
The goggles were 300.
These are both rare items, but they usually come in a pack of 3, so they are 1,000 gold piece per statue.
Oh.
I remember the goggle price.
Okay.
Those would
What
be
else you
fine.
got?
Those would be fine, but they're pricey.
We have a ring of protection. We have bracers of defense. We have an amulet of health.
How much are the bracelets?
The bracelet of defense. He brings out a pair of padded oak wood bracers that have been sewn together from living vines of dark oak. A oak tree, creating a beautiful Celtic twisted veil along the flat part of the arm.
How much are those?
These will
Maybe
be
there's more than
2,500 gold pieces.
Ring of protection.
Ring protection?
Ring of protection will be a good 1,000 gold pieces, my friends.
Do you have two?
We have one. As he holds up a singular
Only
ring,
wear one.
it's a big, dirty gold ring with dwarven Celtic design. Work on the entire ring side of the outer edge, pointed towards a deep blue emerald cut sapphire.
Okay.
Taking it.
No, you need it more than I do.
It will be 1,000 gold pieces. I shall place it on
That
that.
is a massive sale.
Good luck.
Okay,
Ointment?
so considering
Brace.
how much we're buying,
Can you get some of that?
Ointment will be 2 doses. I'll say 200 gold pieces. Very well.
Basically taking him out.
It'll make you smell like blueberries once you use it.
You said strawberries earlier.
I meant the blueberries. The strawberry ones are a hot pocket as well.
how
That
much
almost
are
smell like
the
Hot
health
Pockets.
potions? Or the
The troughs of
truffles?
health.
Yeah.
Well, which one would you like? Would you like the one that is the simpler ones but very tasty, or would you like a one that is a little more dire, or the ones that you've had a bad day with?
The kind of medium ones. Not quite bad day yet.
Medium ones?
Oh, wow.
Those are going to be 300 gold pieces each.
I bought a few small things before, so I didn't have that much. But I have about 2K.
Because I don't have a health potion anymore.
And it's a movable rocket.
He has 3 of them.
Didn't you have strawberry tarts that do major healing?
Yes. Yeah.
How much are those?
Those are going to be 1,500 gold pieces each. He has 2 of them. Truffles of supreme healing. Fine liquor mousse truffles.
What about the like starter truffle?
Those are 70 gold pieces each.
Okay.
They're hazelnut crumble tops, dark chocolate truffles.
Do you have chocolate covered
50
cherries?
you said? Did you?
Do you have chocolate covered cherries?
I have regular chocolate covered cherries.
I'm sorry. Did you say 25 or 50? I didn't.
70.
70. Okay.
Fair enough.
Sorry, immovable rod.
Immovable rod. Yes, I do have one.
How much?
1 moment. I have these if you so desire them.
What?
The truffles of healing.
How much
Useful.
healing do the truffles do again?
The
They're health
70
potions.
ones are the regular 2d4 plus 2.
They're
Okay.
helpful.
They have for all the health potion levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one was the 300.
Including the one that gives you stupid health.
Yes.
So which one did you give me?
I gave you 2d4 plus 2.
See, at
So
this
the
point,
71 gold one.
if you really need health, why would you bother getting the one
70.
big one when
Here
you
you
just
go.
have like 30 of the small ones? Because
Yeah.
you'd just be eating chocolates all day.
Here, have a trouble.
Thank you.
That was
So
70 gold.
okay, so you
Yeah,
want the
thank
movable
you.
rod?
Yep.
It's a hardened dwarven steel rod formed into a angular dwarven tower.
How much?
400.
400?
Yes.
Alright, add that to the pile.
What was the thing of
Okay.
cooling?
So,
Do you have
You
any-
guys are spending on all the stuff, and I haven't been able to buy one thing yet.
It's all
What are you looking
Only
for
item
then?
that-
because I'm not
Well-
very charismatic.
Well, I'm looking for the belt.
What does the belt do for you?
Might be better at it than me.
Ring of cooling. A cool to the touch ring made of white and yellow gold, cast and formed to look like interlocking seaweed to make a 2-part branching ring with a white rough cut gem tangled in one of the gold seaweed.
What does it do?
It basically explains while wearing this ring, you have resistance to fire damage. In addition, you have everything, you and everything you are wearing and carrying are unharmed by temperatures as high as 200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay. Did you have +1 leather armor at all?
Unfortunately not.
That's pretty big.
He was looking for that.
I can have it if I call in a few favors.
How much is that?
It is a rare item, unfortunate, but I know exactly where I need to go. And I am a very persuasive individual, especially when I have a bag of chocolates. That would
that's a long
be
drink.
1,500.
1,500 for +1 leather.
It'll take me a day, but I shall get it.
Or studded leather, I mean.
Studded leather, yes, I assume studded
Yeah,
leather.
he's asking for it, that's why I was...
Yes.
I know of a person who that I can go ask for a favor.
Start your conversation.
So, considering the amount that we're buying right now, just because you had already mentioned it about the price of
And he just turns to her with a big smile. Yes.
the bag of holding.
The bag of holding.
You said depending on how much else we buy
And the belt.
Well,
and the belt, it might be a little bit more. The price may go down.
well, do you want the price to go down on the bag of holding, or the belt of dwarven kind? I cannot give everything. Please understand.
Of course, not everything.
I'd like to chime in and say, look, we are doing a lot of business with you.
And yes,
I've already bought a lot. Bag of holding would actually help the whole party right now. So,
We could all kind of pitch in on that.
yeah, might want to pitch in on that.
I can give it to you for 600 gold pieces.
The bag of holding?
Yes.
600 gold pieces.
All right. Yeah, I got it.
That's a steal.
There you go. That's
What's
a budget.
first?
3,000.
No, 3,000 is the belt of Dwarven kind.
You
Okay,
also, you
no,
also.
that's fine. Don't argue with the game.
I'm not.
Okay, 600 is perfect.
Sorry if I gave the wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said 3,000.
Whoops.
Yeah. No, you said 2,000 earlier.
Yeah,
or-
we were all
Yeah.
trying to figure
No.
that out. Okay. Hey, that's a hell of a discount. We appreciate you.
That was a
How
one.
much
the
more
ring of
gold?
cooling. Did you,
How
you
much
already
more
have-
gold
so
did you need for
the
the
ring of
belt?
cooling was 600. You said
The what?
ring of cooling was 600.
Ring of Cooling is 600.
Is that a tunable?
It is.
Ah, I'm tuned out.
Okay.
Add it to the pile.
Ed, you said you needed to borrow some
So-
gold.
How much?
I'm just going to start passing
Not
these out
800.
because I'm assuming you want
All right.
800?
What?
immovable
800.
rod.
You got it.
You already paid for it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You have 800 to give.
The ointment,
Yeah.
That is very kind of you.
Ah, good hit.
ring of protection,
What's
How
it
much?
is?
What exactly does it do again for your belt?
eye of minute seeing,
Here.
Okay, so I owe you.
gloves
I
of
owe
swimming
you
and climbing.
800.
Here.
Yeah.
Bell of Dwarven kind has not been bought yet.
He's buying it.
Robes of useful items,
Oh my god, that's a lot.
Not achievable.
rod of the Pad Keeper,
He's again.
He had a lot of gold.
Jesus.
I haven't been able to do shopping this entire.
boots of Elven kind,
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff.
Can I
goggles of
paint
night
those
vision,
black?
goggles
Yeah.
of night.
We both want
The red or the green?
This is
I'm
the
getting
green.
the green.
Yeah,
green.
you get
You
the
got the
green.
green, he got the red.
Those two.
And this is the red.
The red, thank you.
The ring of cooling is 600, if you want that.
That's a tunable.
That'll be my third item.
Okay.
I've had no attunable items.
Okay.
Got the truffle of feelings.
I assume the instrument will come later.
The instrument will come later. It'll
Hazel.
take a week to prepare.
Hazel has given me
Alright.
a loan.
And I'm gonna get the next level of the truffle of healing too.
How much?
She gave me 800, so I have.
3,000?
Mm-hmm.
Take, and here is a truffle.
Ah,
So what does he have left? Of
Hold
the
on to this.
uncommon and common.
And here is a tasty little tooth, my friend.
oop, sorry.
And if you don't want it, I'll take it
No,
for
no,
myself.
don't worry.
No.
3-second rule.
And then I'm
You can
gonna
actually,
get
it comes in
another.
a small little colorful box of oak wood.
And then
Very nice.
And the
Truffle of
flan,
healing.
please. The
Flan?
flan, please.
Of course, I shall get on that right away.
Let's
If you
do
want,
that last.
please wait 30 minutes and I will make sure that it's ready.
She had more.
And then I wanted to get
If
another
you're
truffle.
able. If you're capable, I'm
Not the lowest level, but the one right above it.
Okay, so mark down, because that one thing has
Okay,
3
now,
truffles
already
on
done.
it, because I forgot to make 3 pairs.
Mhm.
So the
This is
truffle
big one
of-
right here.
Let's do this.
So, oh no, I gave, can I have the truffle real quick?
Truffle.
So, okay, so there's 3 on this one.
Okay.
So right now you have 2 of them.
Okay.
Am I correct that
And you
this?
have 1, so mark out the other ones and you have 1.
Am I correct that this is backwards? So basically, I instantly, if I put it on and I attune to it, I would get an additional per level.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but,
Oh, because you increase your pound.
yes.
You increase your
Alright, what does he have left?
What he has left, you're clear now. He has Bracers of Defense, Amulet of the Health, Gem of Brightness, Red
a Gem of
Scale
Brightness?
Dragon Stuff. No, he doesn't have that.
What?
What's a gem of brightness?
He does have dragon scales, red dragon scales actually.
Oh, didn't we sell all the dragon parts?
Yeah.
Where do you think he went? He has a bead, a single bead of Fireball, Gem of Brightness, Decanter of Endless Water, Ring of Jumping, Sending Stones, Cloak of Elvenkind.
Is the ring of jumping attunable?
Yes, it is.
How about the cloak of Elvenkind?
I think so.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
What does he have that's not attunable?
Decanter of water, how much?
Parafit of Health.
Periact.
Sorry, Periat of Health.
How much does he want for that?
400 gold pieces.
I'll take it.
Pretty good.
And
Boy,
the,
We're gonna clear them out.
clear
and
them out.
the water?
The Endless Water. That, especially for this region, is going to be 1,000 gold pieces.
I'll give you 300.
Roll persuasion.
Because that's not just worth. No.
Look, my friend, I love you entirely, But please, when my voice changed, oi, please understand that I cannot just give such a hot bargain item, especially in a lava district, with such a low price.
Yeah, you can.
No, I cannot.
What else does he have that's untunable? What else does he have that's untunable?
Gem of Brightness.
What does that do?
I wonder if I can go to.
He basically explains it's a fist-sized pyramid cut light blue gem that moves with a golden aurora light inside. It is a gem that has 50 charges, and each charge it brights up. After 50 charges, it dies.
Anything else?
He has sending stones,
Just put it in your mouth. Comes up the gills.
How much are those?
dust of sneezing and choking.
How much is the sending stone?
For the pair, it will be 200 gold pieces.
I'll take
I
that.
still don't
Very well.
understand what you're saying. I'm sorry.
You can
There you go.
filter
Does he have anything?
Put it in your mouth. Comes up the gills.
Both of these will go to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Does he have anything that allows
Here, brother.
jumping or spider?
Just
climb?
in case.
if there's like
One for you, one for me.
Ring of Jumping.
I put it next to Fine. He got you a friend.
Here.
The Ring of Jumping.
Actually,
that
can
one's
I-
pretty good.
He says he
500
can
gold
hear
pieces.
you.
Can I try
Is
a
that
bite?
tunable or not?
I've
tunable?
It's a
never tried
tunable.
slam before.
No, it's not plan. It's the sending stone.
Oh,
So I
okay.
put the little stone next to
Sorry,
Fine. So you can talk to him.
So if I have the ring, does that take an action or a bonus action to use?
It takes an action to cast, but you can do it forever.
You need to listen better.
Okay.
It does not have a
So I'm
limit.
just trying to figure out what I would rather have.
Alright.
Resistance to fire
500, I'll take it.
or +1 to my AC.
It's a good item.
What is it?
Boots of jumping.
I'd rather have
Or
both.
ring of jumping.
I'd
Ring
rather
of
have
jumping.
that one.
Oh.
It's 15.
That could come in very handy for you.
And
As he
I would always
as he
like
keeps
something like
handing
that.
instead of
Because that would be very
So as
scary
this-
for having me jump.
girthy man with a big personality
I'll
starts
give you
handing
500.
item after item after item after item after gold bag after gold bag after gold bag, and he takes it away. And he's like, he's taking a rag and
Guys,
patting his head. He's like,
It's not
"Woo!
I remember.
Nolan, I'm gonna treat you to a fancy dinner. My treat. This has been a quite acceptable experience.
Yes.
Just accept
Extravagant experience. Look at it! My shop is barren! And he looks at the shop and all the items that have been placed on various proper presentation boxes and packing key for each item has been just raided.
It's been ransacked.
Raided and ransacked.
I'll take the +1 instead of the other.
If I could,
Very well, give me one day and I'll go raid someone else's store.
Sounds good.
could you point me into the direction of this
I guess I'll be back tomorrow.
I think.
this Dirty Hands pottery?
Yes, actually. If you go and see, go to the lowest part of this floor. Go to the lowest part of this floor, go to the left from the main entry point, all the way to the back, as far as you can go. It is only one track that you go. Go as the farthest you can go, and keep going. He will be there.
Is he the only one out there?
It doesn't sound ominous at all.
Yes, it is. He prefers solitude
I can understand.
for a reason.
I can understand that.
And that's why he's able to know, for those that come to see him, have proper business to attend to.
Because no one else has any business with him.
Oh! Also, do not enter his shop under any circumstance. Enter his shop armed. He will not
Got
take
it.
that kindly.
So weapon sheath not drawn.
Exactly. And put that shield on your back as well, because that's also going to send a buff.
And that means that
It is crafted.
Hazel, you cannot go
I
in
can
at
see
all because
leather
you're a
straps
deadly
on their
weapon.
mood.
Yeah.
No, it's like actually, it's that one.
Oh, it's your original one?
Yeah, I haven't changed it out.
I thought you got the +1 shield.
No, I didn't.
No.
It's the same shield. It was a +1 shield.
That thing is scorched and half melted.
Yeah, I know. It's the
That's
same
part
shield.
of why he wants
It's
it
not a
fixed.
plus one
But you
shield?
can still take
Yeah,
it
it's
off.
Just find the
He says it's a +1 shield.
Then it's not the original shield. that
Yeah, it
you
is.
had. No, it's not.
You said
You
it was
found a
+1.
+1 shield.
Yeah, but it's not the one that locks in. That
You said it was a +1 shield.
Those are two different shields.
those are two different shields, Mr. One.
Yeah. There's two.
You bought one at the pseudo dragon shop.
Did I?
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
Yes, you do.
I never got a
The
card for it.
+1.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that one is a more traditional half ring shield, if I remember correctly, and that one straps on with leather straps.
Okay. Never mind. I'm mistaken.
It's all good. So, unless you have some deep pockets, if I may say, but unfortunately, I don't think it will adhere to such a standing of yourselves. But it can be deforged. It is simple metals that have been, with a slight modification of size and dimensions to fit the individual basic enchantments of all magical wearable items that you are currently wearing yourselves. And as you guys have been putting on these equipment, it either expands or shrinks to the proper size to fit you properly.
Right.
I have a robe like you now, brother.
Thank you.
Aww.
Thank you.
It looks so good on
I
you.
need the smoldering card for his old armor.
The what?
Smolder.
Oh,
the smoldering
No,
card.
I have it. It's at home. I forgot.
right.
Yeah, I already gave you that.
Basically, he's giving me 500 for the fire-resistant armor, so that I'm gonna then buy the +1 to
Back of
AC armor.
Back hold on. Yeah. Sorry, one more time?
He's giving me 500 for the fire-resistant studded leather, so that I can buy a +1 to AC studded leather.
So you bought the bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
Apparently they give it to me, so it's not mine.
I was gonna say.
So he's gonna have that.
No,
I
let
think
the
I have
mom
the
hold
card
that.
at home. It's fine.
You learned that
Yeah,
last
but
time.
then I'll come back tomorrow for the plus.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, also, the rogue also has.
as we finish up and finishing the purchases,
Makes sense.
Each time he takes a bag of gold, he opens up his bottom pouch of his apron and just thunks it in, and it just disappears.
So that's Patrick Holding.
Or he's nothing but a giant ball of gold.
Oh, my wife would love that if that was happening.
So the violin will take. How long did you say the violin's going to take?
1 week.
1 week?
That's a lot of.
And he goes and prepares as everything has been happening, as you guys
Oh,
have
yeah,
been
that's
perusing.
the
He gets
I'm really
the flan
surprised they had a-
and actually gets a full cake of flan and places it down for you on the house.
Oh,
Okay.
thank
It
you.
is a pleasure,
yet.
and it's in a proper box and everything. So
Let's
that
take
is,
it to the house.
yeah,
I'll have the cake.
Can I try a regular cupcake? Not one of the love
I
ones,
do.
but.
of course. Which one would you like? As he goes through the
Is it
cruise,
the
and he has
spear?
the various blueberry, strawberry. He has a couple of fungus.
I get to see
as
this
well.
happen.
Well, it turned
That
out.
are more,
Is there
more
lemon?
than-
Oh, yeah.
Is there a lemon one?
yeah, there is a lemon one actually.
Is there any lemon tart? Like lemon bars?
Lemon bars? Yes, there are.
I'm gonna get a
Because it
lemon
is
bar.
that time of the season. In summertime, it is hot pickings right now. So,
I'm gonna get a lemon bar.
all right, lemon ring pie. Well, no, sorry, lemon bars. And he does not charge you.
Oh, thank you.
It is my pleasure, madam.
How many items does he have left?
Oh, by the way, thank you for not looking at my unusual size.
Oh, of course not.
Dude,
We are not people to judge.
I did not expect
the
it.
only thing his shop is missing is shrimp jello.
Shrimp, what?
What?
No, I'm.
Now,
That is an ingenious idea. I must try it and burn it if possible.
Where are you going
so
to get
future
trip?
items to look into as we go on our adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Would like eventually for you to find me a comprehend languages item.
I can definitely keep an eye out for it.
Uh,
Those are a little harder to extract, but I will see what I can do. Anything else?
Do you have any
I-
items that allow you to spider climb?
Not.
I just
now.
kind of open my gloves.
Well, that's regular climbing.
That's
Those are regular
climbing.
climbing gloves and swimming gloves. Though I do not know how that's going to work with your physique.
Given that he is part of our group, I thought that they were a good purchase.
That are you? As he kind of looks back and forth with a bit of a
The only thing he would be good at in the sea-bearing situation would be to tie a chain to him and make him an anchor.
yes,
This is true.
that is exactly what
Have
it
the
is.
chain.
Actually,
Not necessary.
So this will be interesting whenever we get to use them.
Okay, so getting. Oh, we'll talk later then.
we will talk later. First, one item for my basic pastries. Not magical pastries, please understand, those are expensive. For my basic pastries were quite tasty. Whatever you want. What would you like?
The biggest cake you've got.
Big! He turns around and grabs a massive carrot cake and turns around. That is a 3-layer carrot cake.
Oh,
With all
my.
due respects, this is a tad big. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. I will just have to let them know that the wedding will have to be postponed.
Give it back. Give it back. Heck no.
Give it back.
Heck
Give it
no.
back.
I will add rooting weddings to the list.
No.
Heck, I will get you something else.
How about a basic carrot cake?
Basic.
Carrot?
Okay.
He takes a big and brings out a box and opens it
I
up,
think I'm
full blown,
dreaming.
to
What?
find a very small but extravagant with icing carrot cake that is actually made.
It's a princess cake.
Well, actually, it's a princess turtle cake.
Oh, I can't eat it. It's too cute.
It's quite tasteful, just like any woman you would find.
Did I just say that out loud?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. It's adorable.
I think
It's about
I think
this
he's
big.
rubbing off on me.
It's about this big.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's so cute.
It is. It flies off the shelf every time I make it.
what cake?
Oh, it's so good. I can't.
Make a Constitution saving throw for the amount of sugar as you take a
Damn it! And I haven't had time to attune yet.
Yeah, as you take this giant, massive cake and just crawl it down out of your face. It is one rich fucking cake.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
I have a saving throw advantage on con.
What was the pie that we had?
with one drawn in my shell. Never mind. So that doesn't count.
Strawberry pie.
Pineapple.
Strawberry pie, not bad. Turns around, gives a nice, proper
17.
apple pie with
Yeah.
first posh fashion with a small rose on top of it as
Shoot,
well.
when you
17.
take the shape of my
Pastry
rod,
rose.
dirt just falls out of it.
17.
It makes you cringe, and he turns around, even though he's smiling.
Did you see my creation?
You just see his pupils dilate.
You just ate it.
No judgments whatsoever.
Thank God.
I
He takes
don't.
a deep breath in.
So he just ate the one item that was for all of us? Is that what I'm getting?
No, he did not.
Okay.
No, he just ate it really quick.
He used apple
He
pie for
hasn't-
No,
you.
strawberry.
He hasn't,
Oh, strawberry pie, of course.
he hasn't tried very many sweets before.
But this is a pastry shop of a fine chef, a fancy one too. I even cooked for the king of this city.
I just put the eye pieces
what is
also.
the name
I
of
have
king?
one of night and one of inspection. I've got
That
a
is
green
a
one and
very
a
good
red one.
question that I have.
Because you have to be.
No, it's like up. So I've got steampunk all over me now.
My strength is
Steampunk army.
Well, I've got goggles of night and I've got the inspection.
Do
on
you
top of it.
have pineapple pie by any chance?
Pineapple pie, I do not.
Or upside.
Pineapple is not a thing that you'll find in such a place.
I've only tried it once. It
I
was.
believe there's a holy order that's trying to destroy all pineapples on the continent.
Well, ain't that a vision?
Oh, sorry, that was just a dream I had.
That sounds like a nightmare.
That was a dream you
So
had.
sorry. That was terrible.
Oh, they were winning.
Where is it? Where is
What?
it?
Sorry, that's me, not her.
What?
Ah,
What?
King
What is that?
Dungril Onyx Toe.
They're filled with acid.
Sun-grilled.
Citron gas.
On
Okay.
But
Really strong.
so everyone, you get your pastries. You get what you wish for. They are
Lemon meringue.
delicious. Whatever you wish in pastry form, he usually has. And if not, he is willing to make it for you. It'll take a little bit, but he can have it ready if you so desire. As you drop a gauntlet amount of cash at him. He wishes good day and stuffs a piece of pie into his mouth before locking up the shop and heading to his home.
As we just emptied out his store.
Yeah, you empty.
many items does he
Not
have left?
everything, but there's
He has like half,
So,
I think.
half.
what do the love cakes do?
Upside down.
What did the love cakes do?
Yeah.
the love cakes.
Which would buy?
The love cake. Okay,
You
hold
gonna
on.
take it back to your dragon girlfriend?
Oh.
I mean,
It is
Not bad,
is a small white icing carrot cake with a trail of red hearts through its white icings to a
Carrot, not like that.
properly laid pair of loving cracker teddy bears.
Oh.
It is quite literally, and he explains it, this one you'll feed to the one that you wish to have a second chance.
So the dragon.
Oh, that's sweet.
Now it'll be ready.
I think the
It
dragon
can work
already.
quite aggressively, regardless if they desire it or
Wait,
not.
second chance.
Oh.
So it's against their will. That's not nice.
Unfortunately, yes.
I don't like that.
That's fucked up.
You
much?
make this for people?
How much?
I use it
Oh
as
my
a-
god!
No,
and
no,
it
no.
looks towards you.
Don't sell it to him.
He doesn't have the money anyways. He doesn't have the money anyways, so he owes me 800.
No, just how much?
No,
I'm not gonna eat it. How much?
I said no to you.
Giant strength pastry, how much?
Giant strength pastry.
Well, then someone else find out how much for the cake.
With all due
Your
respect,
soul.
I will give this to the one only if you are paired with a lover that you are deeply in love, but have a problem with, well, the lower extremities.
Oh, it's a Viagra cake.
That's exactly
It's
what
it's
he uses
blue.
it for.
It's a blue cake.
It's a
You
blue
have
velvet.
a problem with your lower extremity.
I do have a problem with my lower extremity.
Oh no, it's a different. It's a different thing.
Stump.
No.
Oh.
It is wood.
This is 300 gold pieces.
Yes, exactly.
How much for the?
No, I don't
is
have
that the
enough.
No,
love
this
cake?
is that's not the love cake.
I don't have enough left over.
Yeah, it's the
I can say
Campesini
something
of
first.
giant strength. Uncommon 300. It gives you a strength of 21.
But it's like the
No,
potion. It's like
I
the
have permanent
potion.
items cheaper than that.
I need to go.
I want
Getting back to the feather, can we make it a feather of luck?
just want to know.
Oh!
Oh,
He just turns. Wow! Yes! In 3 years.
Oh,
What?
was the question?
luck.
turning a feather into a feather of luck.
Into a lucky
yeah.
feather.
Good luck with that.
Yes.
That's the
To
point. I think.
concentrate the very aspect of luck into physical form is not something that I can do. I wish I could do. I would
Luck
be
stones are uncommon. Luck stones are uncommon.
uncursed. Luck stones are uncommon.
Is he
Do you
thinking
have
of the
a-
kind- I don't think he's talking about the kind
luck
of
stones?
equation. I think he's just talking about like.
A luck stone. It gives you the +1.
I do not have the capabilities to enchant luck. I'm actually a very unlucky individual. I mean, look at me!
Well, you
I am blessed with plenty of children and a wonderful life, but my magic and my expertise in exploring the arcane influences.
Leave.
And he smacks your hand as he's holding the love cake in his hand. No.
Maybe put
Has
that
changed
away.
my form to be such size in the dwarven city. Do you know how many times I've whacked my head on just my ceiling?
I'm gonna stand next to Ek and just every time he raises his hand, just lower.
Yeah,
it.
and he's keeping an eye out, and every time he goes toward it, he turns around, and about the third, fourth time he
And
turns.
he's not even stealthy for shit. He's just literally.
No, here,
No.
Leave on. Go up.
And
Yeah,
and gently puts it back into storage and locks it away from the behind
I just
counter.
want to know how much it is.
How much is the love cake?
You don't need to know.
Okay,
Is anyone in a
if
solid
you have the
relationship?
love cake and you give
He
it
is
to
not.
someone and they eat it, they
Then
love
it is
you.
not for
If
sale.
you take it, you buy it, and you eat it yourself, what the fuck?
You love yourself.
Paradox.
You forgive yourself.
You touch yourself.
Do you
fold it in half.
hate yourself?
No.
Then you don't eat it.
Do you sometimes hate yourself?
How much was the cake?
He never told me.
Why wouldn't he? He's pretty
Then
cool.
you
Thank you.
My friend, Davros, with all due respects, I tested that theory, and
He needed to consult a physician after 4 hours. Your age is
I'm into this point.
it does affect the person for 24 hours.
There you go.
Just an absolute narcissist for 24 hours.
And I was looking at myself in the mirror at the time, and
Oh.
Glass was
bag of
broken.
Vegetable oil.
Glass was broken.
My wife had quite a tale to say afterwards.
Oh.
Well, you have to
No,
test
live and learn.
My kids
Never
could
trust
not,
a skinny cook.
and my kids could not look at me for a week.
Oh.
Never trust a skinny chef.
Never trust a skinny chef. Oof. Look at that. Anyway, without further ado, I must return home to my loving wife. She has prepared a lovely meal for me. Wish me luck. As he turns away.
Good luck.
And then as of today,
And thanks for the business.
10,000 gold.
10,000.
Yeah, just about. I spent 1,000.
I mean,
So
why
if it
would
doesn't
you
say
need
attunement,
luck?
there's not
Just
attuned.
Sweetie would go on vacation.
So, everyone, you have shopped until he dropped. I hope you got what you needed / desired.
It's more like
If you
15
did not,
days.
perhaps next time. You are fully equipped as a
Didn't
properly
go well,
adventuring group and found one of the most ready to sell places in the business. It is a heavy magic
Beautiful.
world, so keep that in mind. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Together We Roll. We will end it here for tonight,
With the train.
with the train going by being as noisy as ever.
Bringing love
As you
cakes.
guys,
No!
No, it's not.
Yes.
no, you're gonna break in and get that love cake. I love cake.
I just want to know how much it is.
Why do you
No, you
It is
don't.
not for sale for anyone in this group, he said. But as you guys go back into the busy dwarven city of Galadun, possibly going to see a warforged
That is my next objective.
Warforged, and if there's an armory along the way, I need to buy another rapier.
and a pottery.
Do you still have gold for that?
Wait, now we can mend it.
A regular.
Alright,
We
good
can
for
mend it
you.
right here. We can mend it.
Yeah. But that will be
I think
for
I
next time. Unfortunately, too many
It's not
shards
magic
have
swords.
disappeared. He could not find everything.
Oh.
He could not find all the shards
Oh, yeah, no.
properly.
Does-
Put some metal in
I
there,
mend
find it.
What?
I-
Fireman.
And mending has limitations, unfortunately.
Especially when I'm using an
We
armor
will
class.
end tonight's session. We will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this trip, and I know it was a shopping episode. Sorry for my.
Best shop.
Oh my
ever.
god, this is the best
Best
shop.
magic store
I
ever.
love this shop.
Strawberry
Across the continent,
pie.
a dragon cries.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say a little dragon.
I said
Trying something.
magic shop. Yes.
Yeah, Magic Shop Bakery. As he
love
strolls
this
down the
bakery.
street, taking the entire street with his girthly love.
Don't.
You say that.
Don't say
ever
that.
I wasn't okay with it up until this point.
No,
I'm
Joe.
feeling
No, move on.
that was a
Don't.
terrible statement.
I'm
I'm
feeling
sorry.
grumbly
I'm
and
sorry.
tumbly.
Yeah, you're gonna have some bad shits. So yeah, that was terrible. But he has a big personality that matches his size in general. We will end tonight's session for the third time. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for having us, and I hope you had a good time as much as we have. Until we meet next time, keep on rolling, everyone. Bye-bye. It is 1 o'clock in the fucking morning.
How is it always 1 a.m.?
Because we start late and we don't want to stop.
Yes, 'cause the last time we